याद है ना? 10 मई को मतदान है। पहले मतदान फिर जलपान, याद रखोगे? और मतदान के दिन पहले आप सब हर पोलिंग बूथ में जाओगे? जरा हाथ ऊपर के बताइए, जाएंगे? पोलिंग बूथ पर जाएंगे, मतदाताओं को मिलेंगे, कमल को वोट देने के लिए समझाएंगे, पक्का करेंगे? अच्छा, एक मेरा काम करेंगे आप लोग? मेरा पर्सनल काम है, करेंगे? चुनाव है तो भी करना पड़ेगा, करोगे? ऐसा नहीं, हाथ ऊपर करके अपने मोबाइल की फ्लैश लाइट जला करके मुझे बताइए, करोगे? सबकी मोबाइल फ्लैश लाइट जलाइए, मुझे बताइए, करोगे? जोर से बोलिए, करोगे? पक्का करोगे? ये मेरा पर्सनल काम है, करोगे ना? देखिए, घर घर जाना है, मतदाताओं को मिलना है और मिलकर के कहना है कि मोदी जी आए थे, दिल्ली से आए थे और मोदी जी ने आपको प्रणाम पहुंचाया है, आपको नमस्कार भेजा है। ये मेरा नमस्कार पहुंचाओगे? घर घर मेरा प्रणाम पहुंचाओगे? हर माता बहन को मेरा प्रणाम पहुंचाओगे? आप खुद जाकर के पहुंचाओगे? ये मेरा पर्सनल काम करोगे? ये इसलिए कि जब आप मेरा
All right, we're getting some latest visuals from Maharashtra. There from Mumbai, there remember Ajit Pawar has just held a press conference. The big story of the day remains that Sharad Pawar has quit as the NCP chief. Remember NCP, he has quit as the NCP chief, and right now we are tracking all the latest updates from Mumbai right now. Ajit Pawar, of course, has said that there will be a change in leadership. The party, of course, clearly breaking down. We can see on the middle of your screens right there, there were several NCP workers who were emotional, who were sentimental after Sharad Pawar announced that he is quitting as the chief, as the president of the national.
बट वो कह रहे हैं कि ये उनके हित में है।
बनवाएंगे उनको।
चल So, we had these very dramatic pictures coming from outside the YB Chavan Center where a lot of NCP workers tried to block Sharad Pawar's convoy while he was heading out of YB Chavan Center. They sort of they were lying down before in front of the car trying to block Sharad Pawar's convoy. We're right outside YB Chavan Center here in South Mumbai. And in fact, we'll try to get try to speak to some of these workers who tried to block the cavalcade as well. And get a sense of the kind of resentment that is there in the NCP cadre. After Sharad Pawar announced his decision to resign, we had these pictures coming in earlier of NCP workers lying down, and let's toss across to Alisha, who's reporting from live outside the YB Chavan Center, where leaders are still streaming out, where leaders are still coming out, while we try to get a word in from the grassroots level workers of the NCP cadre. Over to you, Alisha. Well, yes, so we can see that there are NCP leaders and the workers who have been sitting on the stairs, and they have been clearly saying that they are going to convince Sharad Pawar to to reconsider his decision to step back as the chief of the NCP. But here, continuously, as we know that Sharad Pawar, who has left from the YB Chavan for a lunch break, but the NCP leaders and the protesters who have been continuously making a slogan saying that Sharad Pawar is our only leader, and
and he is going to remain forever is what have been said, and which is why there are continuously slogans that we have been seeing continuously on the stairs of YB Chavan. So this is what we have been witnessing at this point of time. We know that decision that has been coming.
Qayyum Sheikh here, who's come from Sambhajinagar, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and let's have a word with him. He was the one who tried to block the cavalcade. What is your आपका क्या response है शरद पवार ने announce किया है कि वो एनसीपी चीफ के पद से निकल रहे, बट वो पब्लिक लाइफ में है, वो पॉलिटिकल लाइफ फॉलो करेंगे. आपका क्या है?
देखिए, आज कांग्रेस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष सोनिया गांधी जी के बाद राहुल गांधी जी ने भी उस पद से राजीनामा दिया था, मगर पक्ष का क्या हाल है हमने पूरे हिंदुस्तान में देखा है. इसी के साथ आज जो पवार साहब ने निर्णय लिया है, इसके वजह से पूरी पार्टी बिखरने के कगार पे आ जाएंगी. आज हमारे जैसा कार्यकर्ता आदरणीय पवार साहब को अपनी माँ बाप की तरह चाहता है, और कोई अगर नेता ऐसा एक तरफा निर्णय लेता है तो उस कार्यकर्ता की भावना को ठेस पहुंचती है.
तो क्या आपका ये कहना है कि अगर कल कई अजीत पवार संभाल ले पार्टी या फिर सुप्रिया सुळे जी संभाल ले पार्टी, तो क्या आपको वो मान्य नहीं होगा?
देखिए, आदरणीय शरद पवार साहब का राजकीय कारकिर्दी ये 60 साल की है, और उस 60 साल में जो नेता ने काम किया इस देश के लिए और इस राज्य के लिए, उसकी तुलना और उसकी बराबरी कोई नहीं कर सकता. ये हम आपको गारंटी के साथ बोलते हैं.
क्या आप बोल रहे हैं कि शरद पवार के बाद या पार्टी में कोई नहीं है जो पार्टी संभाल सकते?
पार्टी के अंदर बहुत सारे कार्यक्षम नेता हैं, मगर पवार साहब की जगह कोई नहीं ले सकता. और जब तक पवार साहब इस दुनिया में हयात है, हम दुआ करते हैं और 100 साल उनकी उम्र बढ़े, मगर जब तक पवार साहब हयात है, ये सभी कार्यकर्ताओं की और पार्टी के पदाधिकारियों की इच्छा है कि पवार साहब इस अध्यक्ष पद पे बने रहे.
Okay, so these were the voices coming in from the cadres of the NCP who've come from across Maharashtra for this event here in Mumbai, who say that they would not accept Sharad Pawar's decision. Cutting across to Alisha, who's speaking to some leaders coming from outside the center there.
More of emotion of the cadre. We follow him. You know, he's our mentor. So we are requesting him to take the decision back. And let me make it very, very clear. He's not going anywhere. He's with the party. He's still the member of the party. He's still our president. And he's going to continue working for the people. He's not going to leave politics. He continues to be the Rajya Sabha MP. He's got 3 more years to go. So if people want to read between the lines, I think they should not read too much.
But there are many statements that has been coming who's clearly saying that we were not really aware about, because they come for the book launch, but the sudden decision that...
We all came for the book launch. Everybody knows in Maharashtra politics and in politics across the country that one cannot read the mind of Pawar Saab. Pawar Saab takes his own decision. He has a mind of his own and an impeccable politician. So whatever decision he has taken, he conveyed to us, and it was a surprise for us. But we are all requesting him to reconsider and take back this decision.
Well, we can say that it was also a decision over the book that has been mentioned, because many of the things that has been mentioned, whether the swearing in, early swearing in, and specifically also over Uddhav Thackeray, that he could not fulfill the power as the chief minister of Maharashtra.
There are connotations. You can link some things to each other, but it's got nothing to do with the book. His decision, while there were people here, he took a decision and he came and conveyed it. There are two different things. The book launch was different and his decision is different thing altogether.
We have been seeing that there are continuously, they are asking to reconsider. So is it that that is going to continue? Well, or because we even heard Ajit Pawar saying that a new person should give a chance?
See, this is their decision. This is the cadre of NCP. They have considered him a leader. We consider him our leader for lifelong. And this is the outpour of emotion. We cannot stop it. And this is love and affection for our leader.
Thank you so much. So it was NCP spokesperson who have been seeing, and we have been seeing the visuals who clearly shows that they are with... we are seeing that there are people who on stage who have been continuously making slogans that the leader should be like Sharad Pawar, and there could be no other leader rather than Sharad Pawar is what has been mentioned here, as we can see. And there are other leaders as well. We have been seeing. We'll also speak to NCP spokesperson Mahesh Tapse. How do you look over the decision that has been taken? Because at the one side where Sharad Pawar has announced his retirement, he said that he will not continue as the NCP chief. But on the other hand, we have been seeing a number of leaders and workers who are requesting Sharad Pawar to reconsider his decision.
Pawar Sahib's decision is absolutely unacceptable to the cadre. This decision he has taken, I do not know what were the compulsions, but we, the the political cadre of Sharad Pawar, the people who want to take the ideology of Sharad Pawar ahead, we do not accept this decision. People of Maharashtra are with Pawar Sahab. Now we are getting telephone calls and messages across Maharashtra that people have started coming towards Mumbai, and things are going to get out of hand. We cannot accept anybody in the seat of Mr. Sharad Pawar.
But on the other hand, we even heard Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel considering the new decision that has to be taken. There should be new face that should come forward. The new face should give a chance.
The acceptance of any face has to be with the people of Maharashtra. As of now, the people of Maharashtra are not ready to accept any face other than Mr. Sharad Pawar himself.
Sharad Pawar also made it very much clear that he is not going to be the chief of the party, but he will continue. He is a one family and he will continue with the event as well.
Pawar Sahab is always our family, our patriarch. We are his extended family, and of course I do agree what Pawar Sahab has said, but at this moment we will not allow Pawar Sahab to step down from this post of national president.
What will be the further step that is going to be taken? Because the decision has been taken and there could be a committee that is going to be formed to select a new party.
I appeal to the committee that they should not take any kind of decision which would be contrary to the sentiments of the people and the loyalist karyakartas of the NCP.
So what will be the further step that is going to be taken?
We will mobilize across Maharashtra. People from Maharashtra will start coming into Mumbai. Where right now, as we speak, people have started boarding trains coming towards Mumbai, and we are going to appeal to our leader, Pawar Sahab, our patriarch leader, our father, to reconsider his decision, not to leave us in lurch like this.
That was a statement from NCP spokesperson Mahesh Tapse. Once again, I would like you to show you the visuals from the YB Chawan, where Sharad Pawar itself has mentioned that he will not continue. He quit as the NCP chief.
अजित पवार साहेब सांभाळू शकतात. कार्याध्यक्ष त्यांनी राहावा आणि शरद पवार साहेबांनी अध्यक्ष राहावा. कारण काय की इथे सर्व मोठे मोठे नेते आहेत ते पवार साहेबाला जपतात.
In fact, so we're getting these live images from outside the YB Chawan Center, where party workers have gathered and they've blocked the doorstep, they've blocked the entrance, sitting on the doorsteps of the YB Chawan Center, holding Sharad Pawar book, Sharad Pawar's autobiography in their hand, raising slogans, saying Sharad Pawar tum aage badho, hum tumhare saath hai, desh ka neta kaisa ho, Sharad Pawar jaisa ho. We've spoken to workers as well who said that they would not accept anybody else as the NCP chief other than Sharad Pawar till the time he is alive. So this is a kind of sentiment that we're getting from YB Chawan Center, where party workers from across Maharashtra have gathered and are raising pro Sharad Pawar slogans, rejecting his announcement, rejecting his decision to step down as the party chief there. Sort of can be seen as probably a pressure tactic as well on Ajit Pawar, who's been making a lot of controversial statements with the sort of reports that have been coming in the last few days of Ajit Pawar tilting towards the BJP. Sharad Pawar sort of sending a strong message with this announcement here, saying that the party cadre is with me. Probably this could
किसी भी हालत में चेंज करना जरूरी रहेगा. राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी यानी शरद पवार ये नाम एक साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है और हम सभी कार्यकर्ताओं ने ये डिसीजन लिया है. पवार साहब जब तक के लिए राज़ी नहीं होते तब तक के लिए हम उनका मन परिवर्तन करने का काम करने वाले हैं.
लगातार सर यहाँ पे मांग हो, लेकिन शरद पवार एक शब्द नहीं कह रहे क्योंकि वो अपना फैसला सुना चाहिए. अजीत पवार भी कह रहे कि उन्होंने
उनके दृष्टिकोण से देखा, उम्र के हिसाब से उन्होंने ये फैसला लिया है. लेकिन शरद पवार साहब जब तक इस दुनिया में है तब तक के लिए राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहेंगे. ये हमारा फैसला है.
We were getting responses from outside the YB Chawan Center of NCP leaders saying that we want Sharad Pawar to stay as the party president here. We will also try to get in a word from other NCP leaders who were there at inside the meeting there when Sharad Pawar made that announcement, also beaming these live pictures of NCP cadre sort of raising slogans and pro Sharad Pawar slogans and appealing to Sharad Pawar to take back his decision. We are standing by for live responses also coming in from senior NCP leaders who have just walked out of the YB Chavan Center, and these are the slogans being raised by party cadre from across Maharashtra who gathered here for the book launch event, who are saying that Sharad Pawar should reconsider, should take back his decision. The NCP leaders, though, we've heard on record saying that this decision by Sharad Pawar was taken considering his age and health. The party workers, in fact, a few minutes back we also had pictures of some party workers blocking Sharad Pawar's convoy, his car, laying down in front of his car, trying to block his car, also saying that we will not eat or drink anything until Sharad Pawar takes back his decision. Senior party leaders are still hopeful that Sharad Pawar would reconsider, considering the sentiment of the party cadre. So we will also go across to Alisha, who's at another vantage point at the YB Chavan Center, who's also trying to get responses from other party leaders as we get these live pictures from outside YB Chavan Center of leaders sitting at the entrance, at the doorstep, at the stairs of YB Chavan Center, raising slogans. A huge show of strength here for Sharad Pawar as well. And we are standing by for more.
छोड़ना पड़ता कोई दूसरा नया अध्यक्ष, क्या आप लोग मांग करेंगे नए अध्यक्ष को? अजीत पवार कह रहे हैं
नहीं, हम दूसरे कोई सूचना रखेंगे सबके सामने, लेकिन किसी को भी ये मान्य नहीं है।
मैम, क्या कहेंगे? शरद पवार ने आखिरकार अपना अध्यक्ष पद छोड़ दिया, इस तरह का ऐलान किया, कितनी बड़ी दुख की बात है एनसीपी के लिए? क्या आप लोग उम्मीद भी फैसला करेंगे?
नहीं, बहुत ही दुख की बात है। कोई भी कार्यकर्ता ये एक्सेप्ट करने को तैयार नहीं कोई नेता एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए तैयार है। प्रफुल्ल भाई हो, चाहे हमारे अध्यक्ष जयंत पाटिल साहब हो, चाहे अजीत दादा हो, सब ने यही भावनाएं प्रकट किए। भुजबल साहब हो, उन्होंने यही कहा है कि पवार साहब ने ऐसा एकदम निर्णय जाहिर किया, ये हम लोग भी नहीं सह सकते और ना ही कार्यकर्ता सह सकता है। जैसे माँ बाप बदले नहीं जाते, वैसे राष्ट्रवादी के पितामह पवार साहब है और पवार साहब ही रहना चाहिए, ऐसा हमें सबको लगता है। और पवार साहब ने ये निर्णय, इसको स्थगिति देनी चाहिए और थोड़ा सोच के बाद में वो फैसला ये करेंगे। लेकिन आज कार्यकर्ताओं की भावनाओं को उनका सम्मान करना चाहिए।
लेकिन अजीत पवार कह रहे एक समय आता है जहाँ पे एक पद जो है छोड़ना पड़ता है, बस हालांकि उन्होंने पदकारशिप छोड़ा है, लेकिन संसद में रहेंगे, तो कहीं ना कहीं अजीत पवार इशारा करें कि नए अध्यक्ष रहेंगे।
नहीं, अजीत दादा कुछ अध्यक्ष वगैरह होना नहीं चाहते हैं, लेकिन अजीत दादा ने यही कहा है कि
अजीत दादा होना नहीं चाहते। अजीत पवार का कहना है कि एक समय आता है जहाँ इस पद को छोड़ के कोई नया अध्यक्ष बनता है।
हाँ, वही अजीत दादा का ये कहना था कि पवार साहब तो है ही, उनके मार्गदर्शन के साथ नया अध्यक्ष को ही उनके तालीम में तैयार हो जाएगा, वो अच्छा रहेगा, ऐसा उनका कहना था।
As we have been looking at the situation here in YB Chavan, where the workers and the leaders who have been continuously requesting Sharad Pawar to take back his decision. On the other hand, there is a closed door meeting that is happening now, a meeting underway at YB Chavan, where the NCP senior leader having a closed door meeting inside YB Chavan. And in this meeting, where Supriya Sule, Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal, Prafull Patel, Sunil Tatkar, Dilip Walse Patil is present in the same meeting. As we have been saying that on the one side there is a closed door meeting of the senior NCP leaders. On the other hand, there are leaders we can see sitting on a stair, and they've been continuously asking and requesting Sharad Pawar to take back his decision, the decision to step down as the president of the party, where they are clear much adamant over the decision, and they're saying that we will not leave YB Chavan till the time they don't, till the time Sharad Pawar does not reconsider his decision. We'll also speak to one of the workers. क्या मांगे, क्योंकि एक तरफ शरद पवार साहब ने सिर्फ अपने प्रेसिडेंट का जो पद है वो हटाया, लेकिन ये तो कहा है कि वो लोगों तक जुड़े रहेंगे।
शरद पवार साहब हमारे देश के एक आदरपूर्व नेता है। शरद पवार साहब के हम कार्य को प्रेरित करके हमने 1 साल पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी छोड़कर हम राष्ट्रवादी पार्टी में काम कर रहे हैं। जब तक शरद पवार साहब है तब तक हमारे पार्टी के वरिष्ठ अध्यक्ष बोलकर शरद पवार ही पक्ष प्रमुख रहना चाहिए, यही हमारी मांग है। जब तक साहब अपना निर्णय नहीं बदलते तब तक हम पानी का एक बूंद भी नहीं प्राशन करने वाले। हमारे युवक के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष महबूब भाई शेख इनके नेतृत्व में अभी हम यशवंतराव चौहान हॉल के बाहर हम उपोषण कर रहे हैं। पवार साहब को हम विनंती करते हैं कि साहब आप सब युवाओं की देश भर के कार्यकर्ताओं के सामने रखकर अपना निर्णय बदलकर हमें उपकृत करिए।
आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि लगातार जो मांग आप लोग कर रहे हैं, खासतौर पर शरद पवार को अपने डिसीजन को रिकंसिडर करने की, लेकिन अगर ऐसा नहीं किया जाता तो क्या मांगे आप?
हम यही मांगने हम राष्ट्रवादी परिवार के बच्चे हैं और हम यही मांगने करेंगे कि पवार साहब अपना निर्णय बदले, क्योंकि क्या है आज के देश की जो परिस्थिति है उसमें पवार साहब एक सक्षम पर्याय है कि आगे बढ़ के सबको संभाल सकते हैं, सभी लोगों को एक वर्चस्व के नीचे रख सकते हैं। तो पवार साहब निर्णय बदल के पूरे राष्ट्रवादी परिवार नहीं तो देश का नेतृत्व करें, ऐसी हमारी मांग है।
अब तक आप लोग यहाँ पर बाहर बैठे स्लोगन करते रहेंगे क्या? आप लोग यहाँ पर लगातार यही मांगे करते रहेंगे?
ये हमारा प्रयत्न हमेशा रहेगा कि पवार साहब हमारा सर्वसर्वा रहे, परिवार के सर्वश्रेष्ठ सदस्य रहे, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहे, ये मांगने हम करते रहेंगे।
We have been seeing and witnessing here in YB Chawan at one side when there is a closed door meeting of the senior NCP leaders where they've been discussing over the decision that has been taken by Sharad Pawar to step.
How do you see it? Do you think he was under pressure to resign as the NCP?
कि किसी प्रेशर में रिजाइन उन्होंने दिया नहीं है। पहली बात तो उन्होंने जो डिसीजन लिया ये हम लोगों को आज तक मालूम नहीं था। ये डिसीजन समझो कभी एक दिन पहले मालूम पड़ता तो हम ये प्रोग्राम ही नहीं होने देते। आज अचानक से उन्होंने उनका फैसला यहाँ सुनाया और ये सुनाने के बाद में हम लोगों को जो शौक बैठा है, इसकी वजह से हमने उनको ये कोशिश की है, अंदर हमने ये उनकी तरफ प्रस्ताव रखा है, विधायक रहो या खासदार रहो, आमदार रहो, विधायक रहो या सांसद हो, इन्होंने फैसला समझो पवार साहब ने चेंज नहीं किया तो हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कल परसों तक हमारे खुद के इस्तीफे उनके पास भेज देंगे। तालुका स्तर के जो भी कार्यकर्ता रहेंगे वो भी पार्टी का इस्तीफा उनके तरफ भेज देंगे।
क्या आपको ये लगता है कि शरद पवार किसी पे प्रेशर डालना चाहते हैं, जो बाकी के जो लीडर्स हैं, जैसे अभी बात चल रही है कि अजीत पवार जी कुछ दिनों पहले बात चल रही थी कि अजीत पवार जी बीजेपी के साथ बातचीत चल रही है, ये प्रेशर टैक्टिक है शरद पवार?
पहली बात तो ये किसी ना किसी का षड्यंत्र था अजीत पवार को बदनाम करने के हिसाब से। अजीत पवार साहब ने खुद ने आके उनका स्टेटमेंट दे दिया कि हम पार्टी के साथ में तो भी उनको बदनाम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये कृपा करके ये रोकने को ना, अजीत पवार भाजपा के साथ में जाने वाले, इसके साथ में जाने वाले, उसके साथ में जाने, ये खुद ने जब स्टेटमेंट दे दिया तो इसका सवाल ही नहीं आता। और पवार साहब का प्रेशर आप बोल रहे हैं कि पूरी ज़िंदगी 60 साल में उन्होंने ऐसे कई तरीके से प्रेशर आज तक उन्होंने देखे हैं, किसी के प्रेशर में आके उन्होंने ये फैसला लिया हमें नहीं लगता। लेकिन जो भी फैसला लिया है कार्यकर्ता की भावना ये है कि हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष वही रहेंगे।
अगर शरद पवार ने अपना डिसीजन वापस नहीं लिया तो एनसीपी काडर का नेक्स्ट मूव क्या होगा, एनसीपी लीडर्स का?
कार्यकर्ता की भावना देखते हुए पवार साहब ने उनके लाइफ में आज तक कार्यकर्ताओं को नाराज नहीं किया है और इतना बड़ा जन आक्रोश देखने के बावजूद पवार साहब मेरे को नहीं लगता उन्होंने जो डिसीजन लिया है उसके ऊपर कायम रहेंगे। उनको हम मजबूर करेंगे और किसी भी हालत में उनका डिसीजन पीछे लेने के लिए भाग पड़ेंगे।
Thank you very much. So we had one of the NCP MLAs speaking to us after the meeting, where he said that they would pressurize Sharad Pawar to take back his decision. And considering the public outrage, in fact, I would like to tell my VJ to continue showing us these pictures from outside the YB Chawan Center, where NCP leaders are still, when NCP workers are still protesting, raising slogans in favor of Sharad Pawar, pushing him to sort of take back his decision. So we will continue to beam across these live pictures coming in from YB Chawan Center as we continue our live reporting on this big political shake-up that has taken place in Maharashtra.
Well, yes, yes, we have been seeing that continuously request that has been made by the workers and the leaders of NCP, clearly asking Sharad Pawar to reconsider his decision. They have been clearly stubborn, they are adamant over the decision, that they are saying that they are not going to leave this place until the time Sharad Pawar if he does not take back his resignation, they are not going to eat or drink anything, is what have been said by the workers when we spoke to them. And there are continuously sloganing that has been made that take back your decision is what has been said by the leaders, by the workers of NCP. We even spoke to the spokesperson of the NCP who said that the decision has been taken is something very shocking for all of us. We didn't even know about this. We don't have any idea about whether Sharad Pawar is going to take such decision or not. But today, where he has already taken a decision, we does not accept his decision, we does not accept his resignation. In the coming days, if he does not take back his resignation, in the coming days there will be more resignation that he has to sign for the other workers and the leaders, is what we heard. Not only from this, but on the other hand, what we have been saying, that there are closed door meetings, there could be a committee that is going to be formed, is what have been said, but we'll wait what will be the decision that is going to be coming from the NCP cadre. It is something very important to see. We want to speak some of them. ये डिसीजन जहां पर आज शरद पवार की ओर से लिया गया, इस निर्णय को किस तरीके से
जो भी शरद पवार साहब ने जो निर्णय लिया है, ये हमारे जो युवकों को जो ऊर्जा स्रोत है, तो हम चाहते हैं कि सारे हम जो युवक के तरफ से हमें उनसे तहे दिल से जो है विनती करते हैं कि उनका जो निर्णय है वो पीछे ले लिया जाए, क्यों तो वो हमारे ऊर्जा स्रोत है।
देखिए, अगर वो निर्णय नहीं लेते हैं तो पार्टी का कैडर किस तरीके से आगे बढ़ाने का,
उसके बारे में जो भी हमारे पक्ष के वरिष्ठ लोग जो भी निर्णय लेते हैं हम उस पर फॉलो करते हैं।
तो so these are the leaders and the workers who have been clearly adamant over the decision, and they are saying that they would not leave the place till the time Sharad Pawar does not reconsider his decision. He will continue the president. He will continue the president of the party, is what the people have been saying, and they've been constantly protesting and making slogans right after the Sharad Pawar who left from the venue. And
समोर बसत नसते, साहेब आम्हाला सांगतील का आम्ही असं निर्णय घेतला, आम्ही तुमची गरज कशी आहे हे आम्ही सांगण्याची गरज नाही,
कोर कमिटीची बैठक कधी आणि कुठे करणार
अजून सांगितलेलं नाही।
हिंदी बोला सर, हिंदी बोला।
Visuals that we have been seeing from YB Chawan, where the workers and the leaders who have been continuously making slogans that Sharad Pawar should take back the decision. He was a president and he will continue to stay as a president. This is the demand is being made by the workers, and we even heard many of the leaders saying that this is not just some workers who have been present here, but across Maharashtra. Now they have been traveling from across Maharashtra to Mumbai, so that Sharad Pawar should get convinced, and they should continue to be the president. Whether the fact, we know that Ajit Pawar who made it very much clear that there should be other party people as well, the new faces who should get the chance as the party president. And Sharad Pawar is not leaving the party. He will continue to serve as the party, and all the decision will be taken only from Sharad Pawar, is what has been mentioned by Ajit Pawar. Even after that, we have been seeing the workers who have been continuously protesting, and they have been asking to reconsider decision. They are requesting Sharad Pawar to reconsider.
ट्राइपॉड छोड़ दे जो छोड़ दे जो
location. She's trying hard to leave the location, but it's very much crowded.
महेश
Statement from Supriya Sure, NCP MP.
त्यांची प्रतिक्रिया जाणून घेण्यासाठी इच्छुक आहे कारण
Crew to move to a location so that she can give a soundbite to the media, trying to get in the first word decision to step down as the NCP party chief. We are constantly getting this frame from outside the YB Chavan Center as we are trying to get the statement from Supriya Sure, Sharad Pawar's daughter, and NCP MLA, NCP MP, I beg your pardon. First response on. Okay, so there we had Supriya Sure trying to evade the media. So we have these latest images coming in of Supriya Sure just walking towards her car. We tried to get in a word, the entire media contingent here outside the YB Chavan Center tried to get in a word from the NCP MP on Sharad Pawar's decision to step down, but she has walked away and has not spoken to the media, has refused to give a word to the media. We will continue to track the latest images and pictures from outside the YB Chavan Center, where the entire drama is taking place, where NCP cadre are continuously protesting, raising slogans, asking Sharad Pawar to reconsider his decision, to take back his decision to step down as the NCP chief. By four statements coming in from we are continuously trying to get in words of trying to get in responses from NCP leaders who were at the meeting, inside the meeting. Just a few minutes back, Alisha was telling us that there was a closed door meeting of top NCP leaders that was taking place. So we believe Supriya Sure was also part of that meeting. She has walked out of that meeting right now. She's left the meeting. She's gone to some other location. We were standing by for her response. She's refused to speak to the media. She tried to speak to the NCP cadre as well, who were staging protests right outside the venue here at the YB Chavan Center, which has been at the center of this entire drama, entire political drama in Maharashtra. So right now, Supriya Sure there with her team. We'll try to get in a word. Right now there's a police cordon here, security here stepped up with but we will continue to get in these latest pictures from outside the YB Chavan Center. In fact, Alisha is another vantage point at the YB Chavan Center, and we will come across to her as well, get a response from other NCP leaders and NCP cadre who have been protesting for a few hours from now. Protesting against Sharad Pawar's decision to step down as the NCP chief. Sharad Pawar earlier today, in fact, had just by launching his book, his autobiography, had said that he is going to step down as the NCP president, but that does not mean that he is retiring from public life. He will continue he will continue with his Rajya Sabha membership. He will continue to attend public meetings of NCP. But he expressed his desire to step down as the NCP president, as the NCP chief. So we're now heading into a short break right now. After the break, we will continue to get in the live images, the live visuals from the YB Chavan Center. Continue to report on this big political development in Maharashtra.
Amity faculty have filed over 1800 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
You transformed as a party, and why do people still perceive you as a minority party leader after all these decades, almost 100 years of its existence?
मैं बड़ी पूरी इखलास और ईमानदारी से कह रहा हूं कि मैं ना तो कोई माइनॉरिटी का लीडर हूं ना कोई नेशनल लीडर हूं। मेरा काम मेरी पार्टी को लेकर आगे बढ़ना है और हमारी कोशिश यही है कि सबको साथ ले लें। हमारे जितने पार्टी के जिम्मेदार हैं उनकी मेहनत से हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, मगर मुझे इस खाने में डालकर बांट देना कि मैं माइनॉरिटी का लीडर हूं या नेशनल लीडर हूं तो ये गलत होगा।
अरविंद केजरीवाल, केसीआर, नीतीश कुमार जी ने आज अभी बहुत बड़ा काम किया। उन्होंने कैसे गैंगस्टर को छुड़वा दिया, एक सर्विंग डीएम को मारा। आपको लगता है 24 में आप सब एक साथ आके कुछ बीजेपी को टक्कर दे पाएंगे अखिलेश जी?
क्योंकि माँ गंगा साफ नहीं हुई। अब आप दलों के बारे में बात करें तो मैं स्वीकार करता हूँ, क्योंकि कोई ना कोई विपक्ष तो हो और कोई रास्ता खुले ऐसा कि जहाँ पर बीजेपी का मुकाबला किया जा सके। जब कांग्रेस थी तो कांग्रेस के खिलाफ गठबंधन बनते थे, आज बीजेपी है तो बीजेपी के खिलाफ है, क्योंकि पहले बीजेपी में गठबंधन था।
There is an attempt right now to guilt trip India, and you actually took them to the cleaners with the kind of response you put out. Is that also a part of the challenge that India is dealing with in the run-up to 2024?
Who is going to guilt trip whom? Somebody who was buying more oil in one afternoon than we were buying in a quarter? I think the time to take India for granted or to try and somehow make you feel
अजीत पवार की बातों को लेकर पार्टी में दो मत है।
हे बघा तुमच्या सगळ्या माझी एवढी माझी कार्यकर्त्यांना एकच विनंती आहे की आपण सगळे एकत्र जेवूया, एकत्र। ऐका तर माझं, ऐका मग इथल्या ऐवजी ऋणानं बंद मध्ये जाऊया, तिकडे तर चला बरं, नको जेवा बरं, ऐका तर तिकडे तर चला, अरे तिकडे
that let us all have lunch together. Supriya Sure is trying to placate the cadre who are protesting. She's saying that let's have lunch, let all of us have lunch together.
माझं काय म्हणणं आहे की उपोषण नका करू, त्याच्याऐवजी आपण सगळे ऋणानं बंद मध्ये जाऊ। मी आंदोलन नका करू असं अजिबात म्हणत नाहीये तुम्हाला, माझा कुठलाच आपल्याला आग्रह नाही। माझी एवढीच विनंती आहे की सगळे
I'm not saying that you must not protest.
चला आपण
I'm just appealing for you to have lunch. NCP cadre, you're raising slogans that they want Sharad Pawar to take back their decision. Trying. Word from Supriya.
चला मागे एका साईडला चला चला तुम्हाला बाहेर जायचं साईडला तुम्ही
We have the security here and the police personnel here appealing to the media to move to another location. So we're just going to...
झाली आहे त्यांना घ्यावं लागणार आहे. मला वाटतं समितीने या सर्व गोष्टींचा विचार करून पवार साहेबांना पुन्हा ह्याच्यामध्ये लक्ष देण्याकरता आणि त्यांचा विचार फेरविचार करण्याच्या बाबतीमध्ये त्यांना भाग पाडावा अशी आमची विनंती राहणार.
की मार्गदर्शकाच्या भूमिकेमध्ये तर मी तुमच्या सोबतच असणार आहे, मात्र मार्गदर्शकाच्या भूमिकेमध्ये बाहेरून राहणं
मी म्हटलं आमची भूमिका आम्ही त्यावर कुठलाही कॉमेंट करणार नाही, हा त्यांचा अंतर्गत विषय आहे.
परंतु ज्या पद्धतीने 2024ला संपूर्ण सत्ताधाऱ्यांच्या विरोधात एक फ्रंट जी आहे ती विरोधक उभी करतात आहे आणि त्यातच आता पवारांनी अध्यक्षपदाचा राजीनामा दिलेला आहे. कुठेतरी ही राजकीय खेळी आहे त्यांची.
मला इतक्या लवकर या गोष्टीवर काय भाष्य करणं उचित नाही. अजूनही ते आत्ताच घडलेली घटना असल्यामुळे इमीडिएट त्याच्यावर रिएक्शन देणं बरोबर नाही.
सर हिंदी में जानना चाहिए सर, शरद पवार ने आज जो है इस्तीफे का ऐलान किया है, सर आपका क्या रिएक्शन है?
देखिए वो ये सभी इशू उनका एनसीपी का इंटरनल इशू है और हम उसको हमारी पॉलिसी हम लोग इसको देख रहे हैं इस चीज़ को. वी आर वेटिंग एंड वॉचिंग द सिचुएशन. तो सिचुएशन जो भी निर्माण होती है उस पर ध्यान है. पर व्यक्तिगत तौर पर मैं ज़रूर कहूँगा पवार साहब एक अनुभवी व्यक्ति है, ज्येष्ठ नेता है. उनका इस समय में जब सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत एक राजनीतिक स्थिति को संभालने में उनका फ़ायदा हो सकता है, ऐसे वक्त में उनकी रिटायरमेंट ये निश्चित ही हमें उसका खेद है और लगता है कि उनकी जो समिति है वो उनको दोबारा इस सूत्र संभालने के बारे में उनको विनती करे, रिक्वेस्ट करे.
महाविकास आघाड़ी पे सर उनके इस्तीफा देने के ऐलान से
नहीं, ऐसे कोई चीज़ नहीं होती है. मैं समझता हूँ एनसीपी में कई नेता है, पवार साहब जिसके ऊपर विश्वास रखते हैं उसके ऊपर फैसला जरूर करें, पर वो उनका इंटरनल इश्यू हम उस पर बयान नहीं देंगे.
तुम्ही जाऊन भेट देणार वगैरे आहात का?
वी आर वेटिंग एंड वॉचिंग, लेट्स सी.
चला
राम सर.
A statement coming in from Ashok Chavan of the Congress as well, responding to Sharad Pawar's decision to step down, and the Congress in fact saying that Sharad Pawar continues to be the guiding light for the Mahavikas Aghadi. We continue to beam these live pictures. We're reporting from outside the YB Chavan Center here in South Mumbai, where Sharad Pawar had addressed the cadre a few hours back during his book launch and had announced that he will step down as the president of NCP, and said that there will be a committee that will be formed to decide who the next NCP president will be, and immediately after his announcement, even inside the hall, we witnessed protests with NCP cadre raising slogans, some of them even breaking down and appealing to Sharad Pawar to take back his decision. We have these dramatic visuals coming in from outside the YB Chavan Center where the workers continue to protest, raise slogans, raising pro-Sharad Pawar slogans, saying that Sharad Pawar must take back his decision. In fact, an hour back or so, we also had pictures of Sharad Pawar moving out of the Yashwantrao Chavan Center after his address and after his meeting with the party leaders, and we saw how some party workers who had come from across Maharashtra trying to block his cavalcade, lying down in front of his cavalcade. They had to be reined in by the police personnel here. Now in fact we are getting these live pictures from outside the YB Chavan Center, where sloganeering continues by NCP workers who've gathered from across Maharashtra. they are raising slogans like "Desh ka neta kaisa ho, Sharad Pawar jaisa ho." So very dramatic scenes coming in from outside the YB Chavan Center. We spoke to some of the NCP leaders as well who came out of the center, who said that this decision could not have been taken under pressure. But we appeal to him. We appeal to Sharad Pawar to take back his decision.
हमने सत्ता के माइंडसेट को भी बदला है। हम सेवा का माइंडसेट लेकर आए हैं। हमने गरीब कल्याण को अपना माध्यम बनाया है। हमने तुष्टीकरण नहीं, संतुष्टीकरण को अपना आधार बनाया है। इस अप्रोच ने देश के गरीब और मध्यम वर्ग के लिए सुरक्षा का कवच का निर्माण कर दिया है। भ्रष्टाचारियों का कितना भी बड़ा गठजोड़ क्यों बना ले, सारे भ्रष्टाचारी एक ही मंच पे आ जाए, सारे परिवारवादी एक ही जगह पे आ जाए, लेकिन मोदी अपने रास्ते से लौटने वाला नहीं। भ्रष्टाचार और परिवारवाद के खिलाफ मेरी लड़ाई जारी रहेगी दोस्तों, और मैं देश को इन चीजों से मुक्त कराने के लिए प्रण लेकर के निकला हुआ इंसान हूँ। मुझे आपके आशीर्वाद चाहिए।
Mr. Vaishnav, how soon can we change all the trains in the country? Why do we need bullet trains? Why do we need fast trains at all? That's a transformation. So from tinkering to transformation, tell me what really has changed and what is changing.
Today, Railways thought process, Railways mindset is only and only about performance, only and only about meeting people's expectations, only and only about transforming the economy. Our Prime Minister really thinks that India will become a superpower, and he believes that if we lay the foundation right, then the country will be in the right direction.
कुछ लोगों को मोदी से इतनी परेशानी क्यों है, और आज इसकी वजह मैं भी रिपब्लिक टीवी के दर्शकों को बताना चाहता हूँ। ये जो नाराजगी दिख रही है ना, ये जो बवाल हो रहा है, वो इसलिए है क्योंकि कुछ लोगों की काली
Welcome back, viewers. We continue to report live from outside the Yashwantrao Chavan Center here in South Mumbai, where all the action is, where all the political drama is. Right now, we are beaming these live pictures from outside the Yashwantrao Chavan Center in South Mumbai, where NCP workers continue to stage protests against the decision of Sharad Pawar. Just a few hours back, he had announced his resignation as the NCP chief. He had expressed his desire to step down as the NCP chief. He said that a committee will be formed. This committee will have senior leaders like Supriya Sure, like Ajit Pawar and Jayant Patil, and also Praful Patel, who will decide on the next course of action. So we also had a closed-door meeting of these top leaders of the NCP after Sharad Pawar left the venue. But the NCP cadre here has been staging protest for the last 90 minutes or so, raising pro-Sharad Pawar slogans, saying that Sharad Pawar should reconsider his decision, should take back his decision. Desh ka neta kaisa ho, Sharad Pawar jaisa ho. In fact, a few hours back, we'd also spoken to some of these NCP workers who've been protesting. And in fact, once again, let's speak to these NCP cadre. Just a few minutes back, we also had Supriya Sure coming and appealing to these workers to halt their protest for some time now and go in for lunch, but they have refused to do so. We are heading into a short break right now. After the break, we will continue our live reporting from Yashwantrao Chavan Center here in Mumbai, where the NCP drama is unfolding.
Amity faculty have filed over 1800 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
अरविंद केजरीवाल, केसीआर, नीतीश कुमार जी ने आज अभी बहुत बड़ा काम किया। उन्होंने कैसे गैंगस्टर को छुड़वा दिया, एक सर्विंग डीएम को मारा। आपको लगता है 24 में आप सब एक साथ आके कुछ बीजेपी को टक्कर दे पाएंगे अखिलेश जी?
क्योंकि माँ गंगा साफ नहीं हुई। अब आप दलों के बारे में बात करें तो मैं स्वीकार करता हूँ, क्योंकि कोई ना कोई विपक्ष तो हो और कोई रास्ता खुले ऐसा कि जहाँ पर बीजेपी का मुकाबला किया जा सके। जब कांग्रेस थी तो कांग्रेस के खिलाफ गठबंधन बनते थे, आज बीजेपी है तो बीजेपी के खिलाफ है, क्योंकि पहले बीजेपी में गठबंधन था।
There is an attempt right now to guilt trip India, and you actually took them to the cleaners with the kind of response you put out. Is that also a part of the challenge that India is dealing with in the run-up to 2024?
Who is going to guilt trip whom? Somebody who was buying more oil in one afternoon than we were buying in a quarter? I think the time to take India for granted or to try and somehow make you feel as if you're doing that something which is not right. As a democratic elected government, we are answerable only to the Indian consumer.
अब जो मैं बताने जा रहा हूं वो जानकर रिपब्लिक टीवी के दर्शकों को भी जरूर अच्छा लगेगा। आपको याद होगा 2019 में इसी रिपब्लिक समिट में मैंने कहा था कि पीएम आवास योजना के तहत हमने 5 साल में 1.5 करोड़ परिवारों को घर दिया है। अब यह आंकड़ा बढ़कर 3.25 करोड़ से ज्यादा हो चुका है।
Big political shake-up in Maharashtra. Sharad Pawar resigns as the NCP chief. Tears, protests and stay-back chants. High drama as Sharad Pawar announces retirement. High-level closed-door meeting as Pawar resigns. Supriya Sule and Ajit Pawar present in the meeting.
What I wanted to. One word, I want to make Karnataka a global Karnataka. A Karnataka with a peace. Karnataka with a progress.
Big controversy over Congress manifesto in Karnataka. Vows to ban the Bajrang Dal if brought to bar.
जब दिल्ली में बाटला हाउस एनकाउंटर हुआ तो कांग्रेस की सबसे बड़ी नेता की आंखों में आतंकियों के मर जाने की खबर सुनकर आंसू आ गए थे।
Prime Minister hits out at Vadra. Congress says they want to lock up Bajrangbalis. US body tries to lecture India on religious freedom, calls for targeted sanctions. Continuing with the top focus, in a move that has come to be a major shock to many, veteran politician Sharad Pawar has now resigned as the president of the Nationalist Congress Party, the NCP. The development comes amid reported internal fissures in the party. All right, let's get you the live visual. We're cutting across live there, live protest there by the party cadre. They are all, of course, Supriya Sule tried to pacify all of these people a while back, but of course they continue to protest. They are demanding Pawar to take back his decision. They don't want him to step down, and you can see their sloganeering, the chanting is continuing ever since Sharad Pawar has resigned, has announced his decision to step down. Remember, there have been many other briefings by the various leaders of the party. Let us cut across live to Ground Zero, where the protest is currently underway.
So yeah, Rakshita, we are here live at Yashwantrao Chavan Center here in South Mumbai, where the entire drama is unfolding. We have been witnessing these protests here by the NCP workers since a few hours from now. Protests were taking place inside the hall a few hours back when Sharad Pawar was inside. When Sharad Pawar walked out, the protests have moved outside. We had Supriya Sure coming and talking to these workers a few minutes back, but they've refused to relent for now. They have announced that they will not eat or drink. They are on hunger strike till Sharad Pawar reconsiders his decision. In fact, let's try to speak to these workers who've been protesting here for quite some time, and get a word in from there on what the sentiment on ground is as to these grassroots workers who've gathered from across Maharashtra. So let's get in a word from one of the NCP workers here who's been staging protest.
We are all the NCP workers of India. We are totally against the decision of Pawar Sahib, and we are please request to Pawar Sahib, your decision is cancelled, and please, I want to leadership of the whole India. India needs your leadership now.
So this is basically the sentiment from the ground coming in of these workers who've been staging protests for a few hours from now. And we're getting in these live pictures from the YB Chavan Center here, and of these workers who've been protesting. Just a few minutes back, we had Supriya Sure as well staging protests. In fact, meeting the protesters and urging them to take back their protests. Now we have the police personnel here driving out the media from the YB Chavan Center, asking the media to sort of maintain a distance and report. But we continue to report live from outside the YB Chavan Center, where these protests continue. Sharad Pawar has left the venue a couple of hours back. He headed back to his residence in Silver Oak in Mumbai. In fact, just when Sharad Pawar was leaving the venue, we saw some NCP cadre lying down in front of the car, trying to block the carcade, urging him to take back his decision. So there is some sort of sentiment, anti-resignation sentiment that we've witnessed. We've witnessed here that the police here now trying to ask the protesters to vacate, and there seems to be some sort of an altercation between the NCP cadre and the police, with the police asking them to vacate the venue. But these police appeals have fallen on deaf ears, it seems. The protesters continue to stage their demonstrations, blocking the stairs, blocking protesters sitting at the entrance of the YB Chavan Center itself, holding Sharad Pawar's autobiography in their hand. So all these appeals that were made to the NCP cadre to stop their protests and leave the venue have gone in vain. Right now, the protesters continue to stage their demonstrations here. Sloganeering continues here. In fact, just a few minutes back, we had Supriya Sure coming out and making an appearance here, but we haven't had any word from Mr. Jayant Patil or from Ajit Pawar or even for that matter leaders like Praful Patel, who were on the stage with Sharad Pawar. They haven't come out of the YB Chavan Center as of now. It seems that the meeting still continues. We have Alisha joining us live. Alisha could give us more sense about what could be happening inside the YB Chavan Center of the meeting that could be possibly taking place right now. Alisha, is the meeting still on? If yes, what is the decision that is being taken in the meeting? If you can get us some inside details.
Well, as of now, there is no official statement that has been coming in, but we'll continue to show you the visuals that is outside YB Chawan, where the workers who've been continuously protesting. Well, yes, there was a meeting. As we know that the leaders are continuously adamant over the decision, and they've been asking Sharad Pawar to reconsider his decision and take back his resignation, because we heard from many of the NCP leaders who clearly mentioned that they won't accept anyone, but only Sharad Pawar as the president of the NCP is what we have been told. So it's very important to see what will be the committee and the cadre is going to take the decision over this, because it's not only this workers who we have been witnessing at this point of time in YB Chawan, but there are many other leaders and the workers as well who have been traveling from the other district to Mumbai as well. We heard from the NCP spokesperson that they have clearly mentioned that they won't accept anyone but only Sharad Pawar. We'll speak to some other. ये डिसीजन जो शरद पवार की ओर से लिया गया है, अब क्या मांगे आप लोग कर रहे हैं?
हमारी मांग यही है कि जो निर्णय लिया गया है वो बहुत ही दुखदायक निर्णय है। ये निर्णय उन्होंने वापस लेना चाहिए। उसके ऊपर जो पवार साहब ने पहले अभी कमेटी घोषित की, वो कमेटी को भी हमारी विनंती है, जो राष्ट्रीय कमेटी घोषित की है, इसमें हमारे अजित दादा पवार है, जयेंद्र पाटिल है, हमारे राष्ट्रीय नेते प्रफुल्ल भाई पटेल है, और भी बहुत पूरे राष्ट्रीय नेते हैं। वो कमेटी अभी बैठ के पवार साहब को, जैसा पूरे महाराष्ट्र में देश में जैसे कार्यकर्ताओं की मांग है कि ये निर्णय वापस लिया जाए, वैसा उन्होंने उनको वापस अध्यक्ष बना देने का, कमेटी को अध्यक्ष बनाने के लिए ही निर्णय लिया हुआ है ना। पवार साहब को अध्यक्ष बना वापस।
एक तरफ अजित पवार ये कह रहे हैं कि एक नए चेहरे को भी मौका मिलना चाहिए,
नए चेहरे को मौका मिलना चाहिए, लेकिन वो पूरा पवार साहब के अंडर में रह के ही मिलना चाहिए, यही हमारी मांग है।
तो क्या ये मांगे अब कंटिन्यू रहेगी? जिस तरीके से आप लगातार यहाँ पे स्लोगन कर रहे हैं, क्या ये लगातार मांगे रहेगी कि शरद पवार ही?
हाँ, लास्ट तक हमारी जान में, हमारे खून है, हमारी जान में जान है, तब तक मांग रहेगी। पवार साहब के सिवा हम कुछ सोच ही नहीं सकते, पवार साहब के सिवा हम कुछ सोच ही नहीं सकते।
We have been seeing the leaders and the workers here in YB Chawan, where they are very much adamant about it. So Sanika has been seeing that they are very much adamant over the decision, and they are saying that Sharad Pawar should reconsider the decision. He should take back their resignation. They will not accept any other phase, but only Sharad Pawar as the president of the party.
Absolutely, Alisha, and we've had many reactions coming in from various NCP leaders, and one thing that probably even Ajit Pawar had said a few hours back was that let Sharad Pawar go home, let him rest for a while. In the evening, a select group of NCP leaders will go to his residence and meet him. So you know what, we are going to head into a break right now, Alisha, but after this break we'll get in details of who could possibly be roped in to sort of placate Sharad Pawar as well as the party cadre. What would be the next course of action for NCP? We're standing by for that, heading into a short break right now.
Amity faculty have filed over 1800 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
Mr. Vaishnav, how soon can we change all the trains in the country? Why do we need bullet trains? Why do we need fast trains at all? That's a transformation. So from tinkering to transformation, tell me what really has changed and what is changing.
Today, Railway's thought process, Railway's mindset is only and only about performance, only and only about meeting people's expectations, only and only about transforming the economy. Our Prime Minister really thinks that India will become a superpower, and he believes that if we lay the foundation right, then the country will be in the right direction.
कुछ लोगों को मोदी से इतनी परेशानी क्यों है, और आज इसकी वजह मैं भी रिपब्लिक टीवी के दर्शकों को बताना चाहता हूँ। ये जो नाराजगी दिख रही है ना, ये जो बवाल हो रहा है, वो इसलिए है क्योंकि कुछ लोगों की काली कमाई के रास्ते मोदी ने हमेशा हमेशा के लिए बंद कर दिए। उन्होंने कुछ समय पहले IMF का एक रिपोर्ट आया जो है, एक वर्किंग पेपर, शायद आपने जरूर देखा। ये रिपोर्ट बताती है कि ऐसी योजनाओं के कारण महामारी के बावजूद भारत में एक्सट्रीम पॉवर्टी खत्म होने की कगार पर है, और यही तो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है।
Right, you're watching Republic TV and we are live and breaking on the big story today. Big shake-up in Maharashtra politics as NCP is, of course, witnessing a big, high, dramatic turn today. Sharad Pawar has announced his decision to step down as the party chief. He has helmed the party for 24 years and now his resignation has sparked protest there. You can see this live coverage from YB Chavan Center in Mumbai. Protests continue, protests underway, and Republic TV continue to cover all those from the protest side. Stay back chants echo all across YB Chavan Center. And let me go across to my colleague Sanika, who is live on ground zero. Sanika, over to you.
In fact, you know what, we are beaming these pictures from the YB Chavan Center here in Mumbai, Rakshita, and we're getting these pictures of NCP workers continuing to stage their protest, refusing to budge. There have multiple attempts that were made by Supriya Sure as well as by party as well as police personnel, asking these workers to vacate the premises, but these efforts have gone into vain. And in fact, you know what, we're getting into some senior leaders could be walking out of the YB Chavan Center. We would also like to track the frame of my colleagues Alisha and Sandeep, who are going across to another vantage point to get responses of other NCP leaders. It seems that the closed door meeting that was taking place here has ended. We have Chhagan Bhujbal with us. Let's try to get in a word from him.
Well, why should we be pessimistic about anything? We are all going, and we are shortly going to see him, and we will definitely convince him that he should continue. You can see the rank and file, how people's emotions are there, and this is a reaction coming from all over Maharashtra and from all over the country. देखिए, अभी इस वक्त मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि शरद पवार जी ने आज
Panti ji. So we were trying to get in a word from Rajya Sabha MP Supriya Sure, NCP MP. She's trying to speak to the NCP workers. Let's get in word.
माझी पण एक विनंती आहे. माझी पण एक विनंती आहे. पावणे 4 वाजलेत. मी पण उपाशी आणि तुम्ही पण उपाशी आहात. अरे
मॅडम येऊ नका इकडे पडते तिकडे सगळे थांबले
अजित बूम टाक ए ढकलू नको रे
थोडा खाली बसा ना थोडासा 2 मिनिटं
साहेबांना कन्व्हिन्स करतो तोपर्यंत जाऊ परंतु बाजूला तुमचा काय संबंध आहे मला माझ्या कार्यकर्त्यांशी
Ajit Pawar is trying to coax his cadre. He's saying that Supriya Sure, and I would like to request you that that Sharad Pawar has called us. That he's saying that Sharad Pawar has requested the party workers to go and eat, to go and have their lunch. We have to convince Sharad Pawar to take back his decision, and we will do that. The NCP workers say that we will continue with a hunger strike. Ajit Pawar is saying that the way you guys are being adamant, even Sharad Pawar can be adamant. The way you guys are making statements, even Sharad Pawar is can be obstinate and make such statements. Sharad Pawar continues to be the guiding light, continues to be the support for the NCP.
बीजेपी का एक ही मकसद है, एक ही संकल्प है, बीजेपी और डबल इंजन की सरकार कर्नाटका को देश का नंबर 1 राज्य बनाना चाहती है। कर्नाटका नंबर 1 बनना चाहिए कि नहीं बनना चाहिए? दोनों हाथ ऊपर करके जवाब दीजिए। नंबर 1 बनना चाहिए कि नहीं बनना चाहिए? नंबर 1 बनाने के लिए बीजेपी की सरकार बननी चाहिए कि नहीं बननी चाहिए? हम वोट मांग रहे हैं कर्नाटका को नंबर 1 बनाने के लिए। और कांग्रेस किस लिए वोट मांग रही है? क्या कह रही है कांग्रेस? कांग्रेस ऐसा कह रही है कि हमारे एक नेता, उनका ये रिटायरमेंट होने वाला है, ये रिटायरमेंट का उनका आखिरी चुनाव है, बस अब जाते जाते एक वोट दे दीजिए। ये कांग्रेस के लोगों की मांग है। और जेडीएस वाले क्या कहते हैं? जेडीएस वाले ये कहते हैं कि कुछ भी करो, हमारे परिवार के राजनीतिक अस्तित्व को बचाइए। अपने परिवार के राजनीतिक अस्तित्व को बचाने के लिए वोट मांग रहे हैं। और तभी कर्नाटका के जन जन की आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, हर मन का संकल्प सुनाई दे रहा है। किसान हो, गांव हो, गरीब हो, खेत हो, खलिहान हो, शहर हो या मोहल्ला हो, एक ही आवाज आ रही है, ई बारिया निर्धारा, ई बारिया निर्धारा बहुमत बीजेपी सरकारा, ई बारिया निर्धारा बहुमत बीजेपी सरकारा। सहोदर सहोदरियरे, मैं कर्नाटका बीजेपी को बधाई देता हूं कि कल उसने बहुत ही शानदार संकल्प पत्र जारी किया है। इस संकल्प पत्र में अन्न, अभय, अभिवृद्धि, आदाय, अक्षर और आरोग्य सभी विषयों पर फोकस किया गया है। कर्नाटका बीजेपी कर्नाटका के गौरव की रक्षा के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है और इस पर किसी भी तरह की आंच नहीं आने देगी। कर्नाटका की विरासत को तबाह नहीं होने देंगे। कांग्रेस और जेडीएस की तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के आगे बीजेपी का एक एक कार्यकर्ता, एक एक मतदाता चट्टान बन करके खड़ा रहा है। सहोदर सहोदरियरे, कल्याण कर्नाटका के विकास की जब भी बात आएगी तो येदियुरप्पा जी और बोम्बाई जी की सरकार के काम को याद किया जाएगा। कांग्रेस जेडीएस की सरकारों ने इस क्षेत्र को इतना समृद्ध होते हुए भी कटा हुआ रखा, इस क्षेत्र को विकास के अभाव में रखा। लेकिन बीजेपी सरकार ने कल्याण कर्नाटका ने इस विकास की नई शुरुआत यहां के लिए हजारों करोड़ रुपए की व्यवस्था की। कर्नाटका के संतुलित विकास के लिए अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में इंडस्ट्रियल क्लस्टर बनाने की भी योजना बहुत अहम है। इसमें से एक क्लस्टर यहां रायचूर में भी प्रस्तावित है। इससे यहां के नौजवानों के लिए, यहां के उद्योगों के लिए नई संभावनाएं बनेगी, यहां के विकास में और तेजी आएगी। सहोदर सहोदरियरे, कांग्रेस जेडीएस सरकारों का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड असंतुलित विकास का है। कर्नाटका के एक बहुत बड़े हिस्से में बेहतर कनेक्टिविटी की मांग वर्षों से हो रही थी, लेकिन कांग्रेस ने कनेक्टिविटी को कभी प्राथमिकता ही नहीं दी। रायचूर वासी दशकों से रेल कनेक्टिविटी की डिमांड कर रहे थे। यहां रेलवे की मांग थी कि नहीं थी भाइयों? रेलवे की मांग थी कि नहीं थी? जरा पूरी ताकत से बताइए, रेलवे की मांग थी कि नहीं थी? रेलवे के लिए मांग करते थे कि नहीं करते थे? इस मांग को अब बीजेपी की डबल इंजन सरकार पूरा कर रही है।
Drawing room conversation in this country is that there needs to be an opposition.
I do not deny the fact, and nobody who's democratic will deny the fact that there has to be an opposition. The issue is it my responsibility? It is the people's choice. Please do not forget, if Rahul Gandhi loses, it's not because Smriti Irani one day got up and said, oh, I think Rahul Gandhi should lose. No. He had 15 years in that one constituency. 80% people had no electricity. This is what they do to people, that they govern singularly for 40 years. I won because the people wanted change and they wanted to throw out Rahul Gandhi. The Gandhis are out of power because the people of India desired so.
जब हर एक भारतीय की शक्ति लगेगी, हर एक भारतीय का परिश्रम लगेगा, विकसित भारत का सपना भी हम जल्द से जल्द पूरा कर पाएंगे। मुझे विश्वास है कि इसी भावना को रिपब्लिक नेटवर्क भी निरंतर सशक्त करता रहेगा। और अब तो अर्नब ने बता भी दिया है, वो ग्लोबली जा रहे हैं। भारत की आवाज को एक नई ताकत मिलेगी। मेरी उनको भी बहुत शुभकामना है। इतना बड़ा काम ऐसे नहीं हुआ है तो इसके लिए पहले आधार को संवैधानिक दर्जा दिया गया। 45 करोड़ से अधिक जनधन बैंक खाते मिशन मोड पर खोले गए। अभी तक 28 लाख करोड़ रुपए डीबीटी से करोड़ों लाभार्थियों तक पहुंचाए गए। डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर, कोई बिचौलिया नहीं, कोई कटकी कंपनी नहीं, कोई काली कमाई करने वाले लोग नहीं। और डीबीटी का सीधा सीधा मतलब है, डीबीटी यानी कमीशन बंद, लीकेज बंद। इस एक व्यवस्था से ही दर्जनों योजनाओं, कार्यक्रमों में ट्रांसपेरेंसी आ गई। साथियों, आज देश में जो बदलाव आ रहा है उसकी दिशा क्या है, इसको मापने का एक तरीका है अर्थव्यवस्था के विकास और विस्तार की गति। भारत को $1 ट्रिलियन की अर्थव्यवस्था बनने में लगभग 60 साल लगे। 2014 तक हम लोग किसी तरह $2 ट्रिलियन के मार्ग तक पहुंच पाए, यानी 7 दशक में $2 ट्रिलियन की अर्थव्यवस्था। लेकिन आज हमारी सरकार के 9 वर्ष बाद भारत आज लगभग $3.5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी वाला देश है।
There was the Russia-Ukraine war, which brought energy crisis, inflation, in some countries a cost of living crisis. And we were facing pressures from various nations, Nirmala ji, to pick a side. Was it easy to take a decision given the various challenges that you may have had to face globally or the repercussions thereof?
It was clear for us that we have to take a call for India's interest. As much as during the pandemic, even the war, we had to move carefully at each stage thinking of India's interest, whether you buy crude from Russia, whether you still import fertilizers from Russia. So it was like as delicately balanced as was the evacuation of our medical students and students who were studying in Ukraine.
Do we want to continue to bank on services for growth, or do we want to become primarily a manufacturing driven economy?
India's
आगे बढ़ता चला गया और देश पीछे छूटता चला गया। जनता की जरूरतें उसके लिए संकट बनती चली गई। ये सिलसिला तब बंद हुआ जब बीजेपी की सरकार बनना शुरू हुई। हमने अपनी सारी ऊर्जा पुराने गड्ढों को भरने में और भविष्य को बनाने के लिए काम करने में लगाई। हमने बड़े निर्णय लिए, हर वर्ग की जरूरतों के हिसाब से नीतियां बनाई। नहीं तरे देश के बड़े हिस्से में पानी का संकट गहराता चला जा रहा था। ये बीजेपी की सरकार है जिसने पहली बार अलग से जल शक्ति मंत्रालय बनाया। हमने पानी पहुंचाने से लेकर पानी बचाने तक के प्रयास शुरू किए। इस योजना के तहत देश के करीब 9 करोड़ परिवारों को पाइप से पीने का पानी मिल रहा है। हमारे देश की ग्रामीण अर्थव्यवस्था को मजबूती देने के लिए भी एक प्रभावी व्यवस्था चाहिए थी। ये बीजेपी सरकार है जिसने पहली बार एक अलग सहकारी मंत्रालय का गठन किया। देश के युवाओं के सामने रोजगार का संकट दशकों से बढ़ता चला जा रहा था। अवसर थे तो कई बार स्किल की कमी होती थी, पारंपरिक स्किल थी तो अवसर कम थे। पहली बार बीजेपी सरकार ने स्किल इंडिया मिशन के युवाओं को स्किल बनाने का अभियान शुरू किया। आज देश के करोड़ों स्किल्ड युवा देश ही नहीं दुनिया में भी अपना परचम लहरा रहे हैं। सहोदर सहोदरियों, आजादी के बाद से हर सरकार ने हमारे आदिवासी भाइयों बहनों की उपेक्षा की, उन्हें विकास से वंचित रखा। ये भी अटल जी के नेतृत्व में बीजेपी की ही सरकार थी जिसने आदिवासी कल्याण के लिए अलग मंत्रालय बनाया था। हमारे पूर्वोत्तर को भी इन लोगों ने बाकी देश से काटकर अलगाववाद की आग में झोंक दिया था। हमने पूर्वोत्तर के विकास को प्राथमिकता देने के लिए भी अलग मंत्रालय बनाया। आज नॉर्थ ईस्ट विकास की नई ऊंचाइयां छू रहा है। सहोदर सहोदरियों, बीजेपी ने गांव, गरीब और युवाओं, महिलाओं की समस्याओं और आवश्यकताओं के समाधान को भी प्राथमिकता दी। आज देश की करोड़ों महिलाएं लाखों सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप के जरिए आत्मनिर्भर भारत को ताकत दे रही है। फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की व्यवस्था ने किसानों के लिए खेती के मायने बदल दिए हैं। ये काम इसलिए हुए क्योंकि आपने एक परिवार की चिंता करने वाली कांग्रेस को हटाकर सबका साथ, सबका विकास करने वाली बीजेपी को चुना। स्नेहितरे, कांग्रेस जेडीएस ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति के कारण असली जरूरतमंदों को पर कभी ध्यान नहीं दिया। यहां बंजारा, लंबानी समाज, कुर्बा समाज की समस्याएं भी बरसों से लंबित थी। बीजेपी सरकार ने पहली बार इनकी बस्तियों को गांव की पहचान दी। हजारों बंजारा परिवारों को हक्कू पत्र दिए। इससे समाज के हर वर्ग को विश्वास मिला है कि उनकी समस्याओं को भी बीजेपी ही हल करेगी। कांग्रेस का तुष्टीकरण आज बीजेपी के संतुष्टीकरण की नीति से हार चुका है, हार निश्चित हो चुकी है। सहोदर सहोदरियों, श्री कृष्णदेवराय जी ने सुशासन की जो परिपाटी बनाई उसको बीजेपी सरकार आगे बढ़ा रही है। आयुष्मान भारत योजना के तहत कर्नाटका के करीब 40 लाख गरीब मरीज मुफ्त इलाज ले चुके हैं। अगर आयुष्मान भारत योजना नहीं होती तो इसी इलाज के लिए गरीबों को हजारों करोड़ रुपए खुद खर्च करने होते। लेकिन ये बीजेपी सरकार है जो गरीब के पैसे बचाने, गरीब की चिंता कम करने का काम कर रही है। बीजेपी सरकार ने देश में 9,000 जन औषधि केंद्र खोले हैं। वहां भी ज्यादातर दवाइयां बहुत कम कीमत पर बिक रही है। इससे भी हमारे गरीब के, हमारे मध्यम वर्ग के 20,000 करोड़ रुपए खर्च होने से बचे हैं। हर काम में 85% कमीशन लेने वाली कांग्रेस गरीबों की ऐसी भलाई का कोई काम नहीं कर सकती। सहोदर सहोदरियों, ये क्षेत्र धान का कटोरा कहा जाता है। अपने करप्शन काल में कांग्रेस ने किसानों से कर्ज माफी के नाम पर भी खूब झूठ बोला। कांग्रेस का करप्शन काल ऐसा ही था। आज आप बीजेपी का अमृत काल देख रहे हैं। पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि से देश के करोड़ों किसानों को एक क्लिक पर पैसे भेजे जाते हैं। अभी तक देश के करोड़ों किसानों को लगभग 2.5 लाख करोड़ रुपए भेजे जा चुके हैं। इसमें से लगभग 500 करोड़ रुपए रायचूर के किसान परिवारों को भी पहुंचे हैं। सहोदर सहोदरियों, अच्छे बुरे साथी की पहचान संकट के समय होती है। याद कीजिए, जब भी देश पर संकट आया है तो कांग्रेस जेडीएस के नेताओं ने उस संकट पर भी राजनीति की है। भारतीय को सुरक्षित वापस लाने में रात दिन जुटे हुए हैं। लेकिन कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने इस पर भी राजनीति की और यहां अनेक परिवारों को भड़काने का प्रयास किया। यूक्रेन संकट हो, कोरोना का वैश्विक संकट हो, इन लोगों ने, कांग्रेस ने, जेडीएस ने निराशा फैलाना, झूठ फैलाना, अपनी राजनीति करना, यही काम इन्होंने किया। लेकिन बीजेपी की मजबूत सरकार इनके हर प्रयासों के बावजूद एक एक हिंदुस्तानी को, हर भारतीय को संकटों के बीच में से सकुशल सही सलामत भारत लाने में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ती है। ये बीजेपी की सरकार है जिसने संकट के समय पर हजारों करोड़ रुपए खर्च कर हर भारतीय को कोरोना के मुफ्त टीके लगाए, मुफ्त वैक्सीन लगाया। ये बीजेपी की सरकार है जो करीब 3 साल से 80 करोड़ से अधिक हमारे देश के नागरिकों को, हमारे भारतीयों को मुफ्त राशन उपलब्ध करा रही है। अगर यहां 85% कमीशन खाने वाली कांग्रेस होती तो इसमें भी गरीब के पेट का अनाज भी खा जाती, लूट खसूट गए, बंदर बांट करने में पीछे नहीं रहती। सहोदर सहोदरियों, इस बार कांग्रेस हर कोशिश कर रही है कि कैसे कर्नाटका की महान परंपरा को अपमानित कर सके। भाइयों बहनों, आजकल कांग्रेस के नेता कर्नाटका की महान परंपरा को दाग लगाने में लगे हुए हैं। यहां के लोगों की महानता को चूना लगा रहे हैं। मैं इस चुनाव प्रचार में कांग्रेस की भाषा, कांग्रेस की बातें, कांग्रेस के नेताओं का अहंकार, उनकी वाणी, उनके शब्द, ये सुनकर सिर्फ मैं नहीं, पूरा हिंदुस्तान हैरान हो रहा है। हर समझदार नागरिक कांग्रेस की इन हरकतों से वाकई शर्मिंदगी महसूस कर रहा है। ऐसा काम ये कांग्रेस की भाषा चल रही है। कांग्रेस के पास विकास से जुड़ा ना कोई मुद्दा है और न ही अब कांग्रेस के पास कोई विजन बचा है। ये लोग स्नेह और अपनत्व से अभिभूत कर देने वाले कर्नाटका की मान मर्यादा का भी ध्यान रखना भूल चुके हैं। वो इस मान मर्यादा का ध्यान भी नहीं रखते हैं। अब आप देखिए, अभी चुनाव की शुरुआत थी और उनके ओपनिंग बैट्समैन ने क्या किया। कांग्रेस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष, उन्होंने इस परिवार को खुश करने के लिए वो ओपनिंग बैट्समैन के रूप में मैदान में आए और कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष खड़गे जी, इतने बड़े दिनों का अनुभव, ऐसे अनुभवी व्यक्ति ने आकर के क्या कहा, मोदी को सांप कहा, सांप कह दिया। और फिर उनके पुत्र ने कमान संभाल ली। एक लायक पिता ने जो कहा, लायक पिता ने जो कहा और लायक पुत्र ने जो आगे बढ़ाया, ये जो कुछ भी हुआ भाइयों बहनों, मैं तो उसको रिपीट भी नहीं कर सकता और न ही मैं इस पर कोई टिप्पणी कर सकता हूं और न ही मैं कन्नाडा के गौरव को नीचा करने वाले इन लोगों के लिए ज्यादा कुछ कह सकता हूं। लेकिन मुझे विश्वास है, कर्नाटका की गरिमा को दाग लगाने वाले कांग्रेस पार्टी को ये कर्नाटका की जनता ही जवाब देने वाली है। कर्नाटका की जनता ही जवाब देगी। लेकिन कांग्रेस के नेताओं से मैं इतना जरूर आग्रह करूंगा कि आपको मोदी को जो कहना है कहिए, लेकिन मेहरबानी करके इस महान परंपरा वाले हमारे कर्नाटका के गौरव को ध्यान में रखते हुए चुनाव का स्तर इतने नीचे मत ले जाइए, इतना नीचे मत गिराइए। सहोदर सहोदरिये रे, आज मैं आपको एक और भरोसा दे रहा हूं। आपकी हर जरूरत, हर समस्या के समाधान के लिए बीजेपी का कार्यकर्ता हर क्षेत्र में तत्पर मिलेगा और दिल्ली में ये आपका सेवक आपके विकास के लिए दिन रात मेहनत करने के लिए हमेशा बैठा हुआ है। और मैं आपको यही चाहूंगा, आज आपने रिकॉर्ड कर दिया है। मैं दूर दूर तक देख रहा हूं, लोग ही लोग नजर आ रहे हैं। पेंडोल टूट गया, वर्षा ने सब बर्बाद कर दिया, पानी भर गया, लेकिन आप नहीं डिगे। क्या ताकत है आपकी। मुझे विश्वास है दोस्तों, इसी जुस्से के साथ पोलिंग बूथ पर पहुंचिए, एक एक मतदाता के पास जाइए, एक एक घर जाइए, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग मतदान करें, कमल पे मतदान करें। ये पक्का करोगे? हाथ ऊपर करके बताओगे करोगे? सबके सब लोग करोगे? घर घर जाओगे, पोलिंग बूथ में जाओगे, मतदाताओं को मिलोगे, कमल का प्रचार करोगे? अच्छा, एक मेरा काम करोगे? क्यों ठंडे पड़ गए भाई? एक मेरा काम करोगे? हाथ ऊपर करके पूरी ताकत से बताइए, मेरा काम करोगे? और जोर से बताइए, मेरा काम करोगे? ये मेरा पर्सनल काम है, करोगे? पक्का करोगे? मैं रायचूर के लोगों पर, कर्नाटका के लोगों पर बहुत भरोसा करता हूं। मुझे विश्वास है आप जाएंगे, आप करेंगे। आपने कहा है तो आप कभी पीछे नहीं हटेंगे। फिर से एक बार पूछता हूं, आप मेरा काम करेंगे? और जोर से बोलिए, करेंगे? हाथ ऊपर करके बोलिए, करेंगे? पक्का करेंगे? तो मेरा एक काम है छोटा सा, आप घर घर जाइए, सबको प्रणाम करते हुए मिलिए और उनको बताना कि मोदी जी रायचूर आए थे। मोदी जी रायचूर आए थे और मोदी जी ने आपको नमस्कार भेजा है। इतना कह देंगे? मोदी जी ने आपको प्रणाम भेजा है, कह देंगे? पक्का कह देंगे? फिर से हाथ ऊपर करके बताइए, कह देंगे? घर घर जाकर के इतनी मेरी भावना पहुंचाइए, हर परिवार को कहिए कि मोदी जी अपने रायचूर आए थे और उन्होंने आपको प्रणाम कहा है, आपको नमस्कार भेजा है। मुझे इन सभी वडीलों के आशीर्वाद मिलेंगे, उनके आशीर्वाद से मुझे नई ऊर्जा मिलेगी और उस ऊर्जा से मैं आपकी ज्यादा सेवा करूंगा। इसी भाव के साथ दोनों हाथ ऊपर करके मेरे साथ बोलिए, भारत माता की। पूरी ताकत से बोलिए, भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
So that is the Prime Minister's day 3 of the election blitzkrieg in the state of Karnataka. He is hit out at both Mallikarjun Kharge and Priyanka Kharge, and he says, I cannot repeat the foul language that has been used by them. He says, Layak's fathers, Layak's son abused me. So the Prime Minister there responding to that, he says the Congress chief and the son both have targeted me, and he says it's up to the voter now to respond to that low level of abuse by the Congress party. India's homegrown airline Go First is moving court against an American engine manufacturer. We are learning that the airline is taking the battle to a court in America after the engine manufacturer refused to follow the Singapore arbitration award. Niranjan is joining us live. He has more details into that big story breaking right now. Niranjan, what more do we know about this?
There are two aspects to the story right now, Adipti, this evening. We have details of how, Go First, and this is something that we touched upon, Dipti, when you were there at the Republic Summit as well. We asked this question to the Civil Aviation Minister about the troubles that Go First has been facing with this American engine maker vis-a-vis supplying of engines, to which even the Civil Aviation Minister responded. So we'll play out what the Civil Aviation Minister said in a short while from now. Just to give you a little bit of a brief about what is going on vis-a-vis Go First and their issues with this American engine maker. Go First has now moved, the story cut short, Go First has moved a US court, a Delaware court, asking for intervention. And Sharmila has more details. Sharmila, why don't you take us through the details of what Go First has done, asking for intervention in the American court, because this engine maker has been troublesome for the company. Sharmila.
Yeah, Niranjan, as we heard the Civil Aviation Minister, this engine maker has been creating a tremendous lag in their services. Many airlines have complained about the non-delivery of the machines. They're reputed, Pratt & Whitney, as we know, they are very reputed when it comes to the machinery that they manufacture. But Go First has been appealing with them to deliver the engines on time. In fact, because of this lag, their airline has been grounded in India. We know Go First has been an ace airline, actually the third largest in India, and has been servicing India for the last 17 years. And 2 years ago also they were reporting profits. So the tremendous revenue dent which this non-supply of engines has created is worrisome. And today this domestic homegrown airline has been brought to this state, and completely even after the Singapore court awarded that in favor of this airline, the American manufacturer did not respond to that positively, and thus Go First is now suing them in an American court. Niranjan.
There's been a development as well. We have a press release on that. But before we get into that, Sharmila, once again telling all our viewers a little bit more about the issue that Go First has been facing with this engine maker. In fact, we asked that question to the Civil Aviation Minister as well. We have that soundbite. If we have that soundbite, we can play that out as well, Sharmila, and then we can come back and share the details of what the company is saying this evening. Okay, I'll just play out that soundbite in just a short while, Sharmila, but I think you have a press release as well. Why don't you take us through some of the details of Go First's latest move in this matter?
Yeah, so the press release, the company has clearly stated that, despite their best efforts and appeal to this American company, they have not been able to deliver on time, which has in fact directly impacted their revenues, and which is now probably leading the company to the doors of the national NCLT, and they may declare insolvency. So the matter is snowballing into an insolvency matter, Niranjan. And the blame squarely is on this American engine manufacturer, which Mr. Scindia has highlighted at the Republic Summit, as we have all heard, where he said that the Indian airlines cannot be victimized by an American engine maker, because we are expanding widely and we cannot be putting our business on stake. So clearly the lines are now, we are all waiting for the American courts to do justice, and so that this manufacturer be ordered to deliver on time, so that our airlines do not suffer for whatever ramifications their lag in business has caused us.
So this is the Our Business segment news break, and I'm just going to now play out what the Civil Aviation Minister said to Republic TV at the Republic Summit 2023. We asked him a specific question about some of the troubles that the civil aviation sector, while booming, the troubles that we were facing with regard to supply chain issues. Here's what he said specifically on this engine maker, which is Pratt & Whitney.
Mr. Scindia, certain airlines have had to ground about 50 planes or more due to disruption of jet engines. You spoke about jet engines. The maintenance by American company Pratt & Whitney, and yet we are told that India is buying or importing engines from them. So is India planning to reduce the dependence on other countries or flight paths, make more indigenous paths here?
So yes, I'm not going to get into company-specific details, because my job as Minister of Civil Aviation is not to start interfering between a contract between yourself and her.
Yes.
And I'm sure there is, because both of you work with Republic TV. But having said that, my job is to ensure that the civil aviation sector moves fast in India. There are issues with engine manufacturers. I'm not going to deny that. Close to about, if I'm not wrong, about 50 to 55 planes out of our fleet of 700 today are grounded because of engine issues. But there are supply chain issues, and there are supply chain issues across the world. So one, there may be contractual issues. Second, there are supply chain issues. We are working with airlines as well as engine companies to make sure that those issues get resolved as soon as possible. But having said that, going forward, I'm looking at a healthy supply book of aircraft into India, whether it is Akasa, whether it is Indigo, whether it is SpiceJet, whether it is Air India, and even a point that you've not raised, are regional aircrafts. Many of us are not aware, but the Udan Yojana, Ude Desh Ke Aam Nagrik, today has transported 1.17 crore people in our country that possibly could never dream of getting onto an aircraft. It has lent itself to 220,000 flights being flown in this country. And most importantly, it has created 3 new startups in regional airlines. There have been 3, India One Air, Star Air, and one other airline that have been born out of the Udan scheme. So my concentration is not only on big airports. My concentration is not only on 737s and Airbuses and A350s and Dreamliners. My concentration equally is on the last mile connectivity. Because when you provide that hub and spoke model in civil aviation, that's how you create robust demand. So my connectivity to tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, which is why I've been looking at connecting ALGs, advanced landing grounds on our border with China in Arunachal Pradesh, and flying our Dornier 228s to those areas, whether it's Tezu or other small airports on our border areas. That creation of demand from regional connectivity will also boost civil aviation traffic going forward. And as far as engine orders are concerned and engine supply is concerned, I'm confident it will iron itself out. Yes, Pratt & Whitney is going through many supply chain issues, and we have tried to impress upon them that our sector cannot be stymied because of their supply chain issues.
I'm told we still have Sharmila with us, who has more details about what this entire controversy has been all about. And also, I think there is a press release that has been issued by Go First also. Sharmila, if you can hear me, do let our viewers know a little bit more about the background, about the engine, and why has this become so controversial?
Hi. So, as we know that, a lot is at stake because of this development. The amounts which our Go First has been quoting as losses is huge. So far, so much so is this impact of the non-supply of the engines that this homegrown airline has said that they will have to go for insolvency, and they may not fly again. So we are putting a lot on stake because of this non-delivery. So for people who are dependent on this airline for business as well as passenger services, this is a huge loss. So we will have to wait and watch and see how the story unfolds from here.
One point. Dipti, if I can just add one short point to give you a little bit of a background on this story. First of all, to tell you that Pratt & Whitney, from the details that we're picking up, Pratt & Whitney has not been, complying with the arbitral award as per the earlier court verdict. In this particular case, the Singapore arbitral award was in favor of Go First, is what we're picking up. And Go First had then taken the battle to the American court, which of course is the latest move. And this is essentially over the, engine non-delivery. Just to give you an idea, I was just reading up a little bit, Dipti, about this just before coming in. So imagine a flight with 2 engines is mid-air, and if one engine fails, and the flight has to make an emergency landing, for example, say, just for the sake of an example, if it's traveling from Mumbai to Lucknow, if the flight lands midway, say in Nagpur, the flight will have to, the engine which is failed will have to be replaced with another engine, and this is where the flight remains grounded because the second engine which has to replace the engine that is failed has not been delivered or is not available, and this is how critical it is. So this is why many of the flights have been grounded because of the supply chain issues, because the engines have simply not been delivered. So that's the crux of the story. That's where the genesis of the story is, and the issue has come to this. Back to you for now, Deepthi.
All right, Sharmila and Niranjan, they're getting us more insight into that story that you're seeing breaking here by the moment on Republic. Go First, they're moving court against the US firm. You've heard it first on Republic, also explaining to you the ramifications of what happens next. And Niranjan, before I say thank you to both you and Sharmila, how could this really affect the operations also of the airline? Have we heard anything from the airline yet? Any official word?
Yes, there is a little bit of an update, and Sharmila was taking us through it just to tell you where the situation stands as of now. They have been forced to comply, to apply to the National Company Law Tribunal for resolution and protection because of the ever-increasing failure of the Pratt & Whitney engines that power its entire fleet. Not just that, they have said that on the 3rd and 4th, their planes will not be operational. That's where the issue stands. More than that, the percentage of grounded aircraft due to this engine failure has grown from 7% in December 2019 to 31% in December 2020 to 50% in December 2022. So that's how critical this engine issue has been, Deepthi.
All right, Niranjan and Sharmila, for the moment, I thank both of you for piecing together information on that big story, and a lot more details also going up on republicworld.com, where we'll actually tell you the entire backgrounder and how the story and its timeline in particular has moved. And let's move on now on the broadcast. There is a lot making headlines this evening. Let's get you a quick check of our top stories at this hour. It's a big political shake-up in the state of Maharashtra. Sharad Pawar has resigned as the NCP chief. There are tears, there are protests, and there are stay-back chants. There is high drama unfolding as Sharad Pawar announces that big move. High-level closed-door meeting as Pawar resigns. Supriya Sule and Ajit Pawar also present.
One word, I want to make Karnataka a global Karnataka. A Karnataka with a peace, Karnataka with a progress.
It's a big controversy over the Congress's manifesto. They vow to ban the Bajrang Dal in case they are voted to power.
पार्टी को प्रभु श्री राम से भी तकलीफ होती थी और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों से भी तकलीफ हो रही है.
That is the Prime Minister heading out of the Congress. He says they want to lock up those who chant for the Bajrang Bali. And the US body tries to lecture India on religious freedom. They call for targeted sanctions. And yes, let's put our focus on a story, on a move, on an announcement that has shocked many. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is quintessential Sharad Pawar for you. What he does next, what he really means, what is his next move, no one knows. And that's exactly what happened around afternoon today, where surprisingly, Sharad Pawar is announcing that he now is putting down his papers from the NCP chief's post. This essentially means that whatever control he had over the party, a party that he's built from scratch in the year 1999, he says, I don't want that control anymore, and I should make way for others now to come to the helm of the party. But those who know Sharad Pawar clearly see a pattern, they see a reason, and they even see a strategy in that particular move. But following that announcement, you've seen a lot of high drama at the YB Chavan Center. The images in the center and the extreme right of your screens tell us more about what happened the moment Sharad Pawar made that big announcement. You have his party leaders breaking down. You have protest inside and the outside of the hall saying Sharad Pawar must take back his decision. But will that happen? It's only Sharad Pawar who knows that. We've been tracking that big story closely. I have both Alicia and Sanika joining us live right now from outside the YB Chavan Center, where you've seen all that high drama playing out earlier today. To you first, Sanika, anyone who knows Sharad Pawar will actually vouch for it that whatever he says, Sanika, in front of the media, in front of his people, he will do something dramatically opposite to that. Now, in the last few hours, the way we've seen that entire story unfolding, and importantly, I think the reaction that came in from Ajit Pawar, who was the only one who said that we must respect the decision that Sharad Pawar has taken. How do we connect the dots? What could happen next?
You know what, Deepthi, very interesting developments that have taken place since 12:50 p.m. This afternoon, and I'm at the place where this entire drama has been unfolding. Just to give our viewers a sense of what's happening here, we are at the YB Chavan Center here in South Mumbai, where Sharad Pawar a few hours back had launched his political autobiography called Lok Maze Sangati, which means that I'm people are with me. I'm people's leader. So this was the autobiography that was launched, and during the launch of this autobiography is when he announced that he's stepping down as the NCP chief, as the president of NCP, and we have Supriya Sure here, NCP chief's daughter, Sharad Pawar's daughter, and NCP MP, who has been here for quite some time. She had a couple of meetings also with the senior leaders after Sharad Pawar announced his resignation. Now she was in fact talking to the political, to the cadre as well as to the NCP cadre as well, telling them to withdraw their protests and go and take a break. They will convince Sharad Pawar and ask him to take back his resignation. So she's just stepped out for a bit. But these are the visuals that we continue to beam live from the YB Chavan Center, where these NCP cadre from all across Maharashtra have been protesting for quite some time, for quite a few hours now. And Sharad, there have been attempts made not just by Supriya Sure but also by Ajit Pawar, who a few hours back had come and tried to speak to these protesting NCP workers and ask them to withdraw their protests while they convince Sharad Pawar to take back his decision. So this is the current drama that is playing out at the YB Chavan Center. As for the inside story of what is happening in NCP and Maharashtra politics, Deepthi, it's very interesting. The timing of this announcement is very interesting because in the last few weeks we've seen statements from all political parties. There were reports that Ajit Pawar was in talks with the BJP, which Ajit Pawar, though on camera, has refused. But there have been talks over it. There have been talks of a rift within the MVA. And very interestingly, this announcement by Sharad Pawar comes just a day after Mahavikas Aghadi had held a huge rally here in Mumbai itself. A rally which they were calling as, they were projecting as a show of strength. Now Sharad Pawar stepping down as the NCP chief would definitely in fact change the entire political scenario in Maharashtra. It remains to be seen what happens next. We'll get you all the live updates, Deepthi. We're heading into a short break right now. After the break, we'll also go across to Alicia, who's reporting live from the YB Chavan Center. From another vantage point, she'll get us more details about the developments in Maharashtra.
What are the thresholds of transformation? What must be continually transformed as an individual, as a society, as a country to stay relevant? We are talking about civilizational reawakening. What does transformation mean?
Look,
in this
change is an order of the world. Everything has to change. If anything doesn't change and if it gets stagnant, then you have to see that something is not right there. But change towards the better, we call transformation. So the baseline for transformation is physical, mental, emotional and spiritual comfort.
You're now a part of the Narendra Modi-led present-day government. How do you see the different styles of functioning? And do you think that the style of governance is what leads us to this track on transformation?
The capability, expertise, and the attention to detail, that insistence has been there with Prime Minister Modi. In 9 years, Prime Minister Modi has built 74 additional airports, heliports, and waterports. We've doubled it to 148. But our ambition does not stop there. In the next 5 years, we will take that number to upwards of 200 in our country.
You transformed as a party, and why do people still perceive you as a minority party leader after all these decades, almost 100 years of its existence?
मैं बड़ी पूरी इखलास और ईमानदारी से कह रहा हूँ कि मैं ना तो कोई माइनॉरिटी का लीडर हूँ ना कोई नेशनल लीडर हूँ। मेरा काम मेरी पार्टी को लेकर आगे बढ़ना है और हमारी कोशिश यही है कि सबको साथ ले लें। हमारे जितने पार्टी के जिम्मेदार हैं उनकी मेहनत से हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, मगर मुझे इस खाने में डालकर बांट देना कि मैं माइनॉरिटी का लीडर हूँ या नेशनल लीडर हूँ, तो ये गलत होगा।
अरविंद केजरीवाल, केसीआर, नीतीश कुमार जी ने आज अभी बहुत बड़ा काम किया। उन्होंने कैसे गैंगस्टर को छुड़वा दिया, एक सर्विंग डीएम को मारा। आपको लगता है 24 में आप सब एक साथ आके कुछ बीजेपी को टक्कर दे पाएंगे अखिलेश जी?
क्योंकि माँ गंगा साफ नहीं हुई। अब आप दलों के बारे में बात करें तो मैं स्वीकार करता हूँ, क्योंकि कोई ना कोई विपक्ष तो हो और कोई रास्ता खुले ऐसा कि जहाँ पर बीजेपी का मुकाबला किया जा सके। जब कांग्रेस थी तो कांग्रेस के खिलाफ गठबंधन बनते थे, आज बीजेपी है तो बीजेपी के खिलाफ है, क्योंकि पहले बीजेपी में गठबंधन था।
There is an attempt right now to guilt trip India, and you actually took them to the cleaners with the kind of response you put out. Is that also a part of the challenge that India is dealing with in the run-up to 2024?
Who is going to guilt?
Let's get you more stories from the election-bound state of Karnataka. The Prime Minister, who's in the poll-bound state, took a jibe earlier at the Congress when he was addressing the voters. He said that the Congress can never compete with the development works of the BJP and that the number of medical colleges, he says, built by the Congress in the 10 years before 2014 and the ones the BJP government built is twice as many medical colleges in just the last 9 years.
विकसित कर्नाटका का रोड मैप लेकर आपसे आशीर्वाद मांग रही है, लेकिन कांग्रेस के पास दो ही मुद्दे हैं। एक तो वो रिटायरमेंट के नाम पर वोट मांग रहे हैं, आखिरी बार सीएम बना दो, ये उनका घोषणा पत्र है। कांग्रेस का दूसरा एजेंडा है गाली देकर लोगों को भड़काओ। कभी कांग्रेस ओबीसी समाज को गाली दे रही है, कभी लिंगायत समुदाय को गाली दे रही है। मुझे तो 90 से ज्यादा गालियां दे चुके हैं और
The Congress's chief Mallikarjun Kharge earlier released his party's manifesto for the upcoming elections, and during the occasion, the former Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, the party state president D.K. Shivkumar and others were also present. And like I just mentioned, you're looking at the images on your screen from earlier today where the Congress has released its manifesto for the upcoming elections. Mallikarjun Kharge along with Siddaramaiah, D.K. Shivkumar were all present on the occasion. There also has been a good amount of politics on what the Congress has decided to make a part of its manifesto. The Congress in its manifesto has highlighted organizations like the Bajrang Dal for what they are saying, promoting enmity. The manifesto reads, and I quote, "The Congress party is committed to take firm and decisive action against individuals and organizations spreading hatred against communities." It reiterates that we believe that law and constitution is sacrosanct and cannot be violated by individuals and organizations like the Bajrang Dal, the PFI, or others promoting enmity, unquote. After the Congress, in their Karnataka manifesto, promised to ban the Bajrang Dal, party's MLA G. Parmeshwara says that we need a peaceful state, and if there are any anti-social elements, he says we will examine the facts, and it's only then that the Congress will go ahead with making a decision to effect a ban or not. Ahead of the elections, the BJP has gathered all its big guns in the poll-bound state to grab voters' attention. The Assam Chief Minister, who's also campaigning there in the state, has taken a direct hit at the Congress, accusing Siddaramaiah of releasing several PFI leaders. Himanta Biswa Sarma says that the Congress's manifesto is prepared on the behest of the PFI.
Will be that if Jinnah would have alive today, even the Muslim League manifesto would not have like this. Today what Congress says that I'll ban Bajrang Dal, I'll repeal the ban on
And let's get you this breaking update right now. Coming in, there is absolutely no relief for Rahul Gandhi from the court in Gujarat that, remember, was listening into the entire plea that was moved by the Congress to look for a stay on the conviction of Rahul Gandhi. The Gujarat High Court for the moment has decided to reserve that order. This clearly means that there is no relief coming in for Rahul Gandhi. And he wanted, remember, a stay on conviction in the defamation case. What we are learning now is that the court is going to pronounce its verdict only and only after the vacations. Now, this is the Court of Justice Hemant that refused to grant any interim protection to Rahul Gandhi. It has reserved its verdict on his plea for a stay on conviction. We are learning that the decision will come out only post-vacation. So that's a big story breaking right now. There is absolutely no relief coming in for Rahul Gandhi. What many would say is yet another blow for Rahul Gandhi, who has literally been wanting to have some kind of a relief from the courts. But you have seen that this time again, the Gujarat High Court there refusing to grant any interim relief to Rahul Gandhi. And this means that for the moment, there is no stay on the conviction against Rahul Gandhi in the defamation case. This could just, remember, now become problematic for the Congress that for the longest time has been saying that all this was engineered and all this was fabricated against Rahul Gandhi. But the courts right now, remember, as they are listening into the entire case, we haven't seen any kind of relief coming in for Rahul Gandhi, and the Gujarat High Court there has for the moment decided to reserve the order and not even wanting to grant any interim relief for him. It's just about a few hours earlier that the court had begun to hear the entire case. This, remember, is a criminal revision plea that was filed by Rahul Gandhi seeking a stay on his conviction in the defamation case over his remark. And you've seen arguments being made by both the defense and the prosecution in the case, at the end of which the court has decided for the moment not to grant any interim relief to Rahul Gandhi, and also it has indicated that it will be putting out its verdict only post the vacations. Niranjan, I'm told, is joining us. He has more details about the crux of these arguments. Niranjan, what can you tell us of the kind of arguments that have been made by both sides, at the end of which there is no relief for Rahul Gandhi?
Well, one thing at the end of this, entire proceeding, the Congress party, for one, cannot complain that the courts have not looked at this in detail.
or that they've been wronged by the courts, because these are live updates that we're getting from the Gujarat High Court. The court during the previous hearing had said that Rahul Gandhi is an elected representative of the people and must therefore should have been careful while making the statement. So the court has said that on record. And they've heard the appeal. The appeal was filed by Rahul Gandhi. The appeal sought a stay on the conviction by a magistrate court which had convicted Rahul Gandhi earlier in that criminal defamation case, where they claimed that the Modi community or the OBC community had been insulted. And it was a single judge bench that was hearing the case. It was Justice Hemant Prachak who was hearing the case. And the court had very categorically in the previous hearing, just before I get you the details of what the court has said now, just want to tell you what the court had said, a few days back, that Rahul Gandhi is an elected representative of the people and must therefore have been cautious before making the statements. And this comes on the back of what the Sessions Court had done in April, I think it was the 20th of April, while dismissing Rahul Gandhi's petition seeking suspension of his conviction. So he's got absolutely no relief from the court, because as per the judicial procedure, you will have to go to the Sessions Court or the court that convicted you first and then challenge it. The next logical court to go to would have been the High Court. He's gone to the High Court. The High Court has said they've reserved the order while not granting any interim relief. So this is what we know so far. We're trying to get more details of what the court has said. And just to give you a little bit of details, Senior Advocate Nirupam Nanavati had appeared for the complainant in this particular case. The complainant here was Justice Hemant Prachak. The complainant was Purnesh Modi, and the bench was headed by Justice Hemant Prachak. Yes. And Abhishek Manu Singh basically appeared on behalf of Rahul Gandhi.
Niranjan, I think the biggest headline is that there is absolutely no relief coming in for Rahul Gandhi. I leave it there right now. We'll track that story closely as we quickly also head into a break right now. On the other side, we are putting our focus on all the action and the literal bombshell that has been dropped by Sharad Pawar. What does he do next? He's decided to resign as the NCP chief, but what really will this mean for the Aghadi coalition? We'll have all details of that when we come back. Also, it's a huge controversy over the Congress's manifesto, which has vowed to ban the Bajrang Dal in case it is brought to power. The Prime Minister has already responded to that big story. We'll have that and much more on the other side of this very quick break.
जी का रोल आउट हुआ है। हम दुनिया में सबसे तेज गति से आगे बढ़े हैं। 5G को लेकर भारत ने जो तेजी दिखाई है, जिस तरह अपनी खुद की टेक्नोलॉजी विकसित की है, उसकी पूरी दुनिया में चर्चा हो रही है। 2016 में जब मैं देशवासियों से कहता था आपकी उंगली पर आपकी बैंक होगी, तो ये लोग मेरा मजाक उड़ाते थे। मोदी जी बताइए, गरीब आलू टमाटर डिजिटली कैसे खरीदेगा? आज आप देखिए, आपकी फिल्म सिटी में भी चाय की दुकान से लेकर लिट्टी चोखे के ठेले तक डिजिटल पेमेंट हो रहा है या नहीं? हमने सत्ता के माइंडसेट को भी बदला है। हम सेवा का माइंडसेट लेकर आए हैं। हमने गरीब कल्याण को अपना माध्यम बनाया है। हमने तुष्टीकरण नहीं, संतुष्टीकरण को अपना आधार बनाया है। इस अप्रोच ने देश के गरीब और मध्यम वर्ग के लिए सुरक्षा का कवच का निर्माण कर दिया है। भ्रष्टाचारियों का कितना भी बड़ा गठजोड़ क्यों ना बना ले, सारे भ्रष्टाचारी एक ही मंच पे आ जाए, सारे परिवारवादी एक ही जगह पे आ जाए, लेकिन मोदी अपने रास्ते से लौटने वाला नहीं। भ्रष्टाचार और परिवारवाद के खिलाफ मेरी लड़ाई जारी रहेगी दोस्तों, और मैं देश को इन चीजों से मुक्त कराने के लिए प्रण लेकर के निकला हुआ इंसान हूँ। मुझे आपके आशीर्वाद चाहिए।
Mr. Vaishnav, how soon can we change all the trains in the country? Why do we need bullet trains? Why do we need fast trains at all? That's a transformation. So from tinkering to transformation, tell me what really has changed and what is changing.
Today, Railways thought process, Railways mindset is only and only about performance, only and only about meeting people's expectations, only and only about transforming the economy. Our Prime Minister really thinks that India will become a superpower, and he believes that if we lay the foundation right, then the country will be in the right direction.
कुछ लोगों को मोदी से इतनी परेशानी क्यों है, और आज इसकी वजह मैं भी रिपब्लिक टीवी के दर्शकों को बताना चाहता हूँ। ये जो नाराजगी दिख रही है ना, ये जो बवाल हो रहा है, वो इसलिए है क्योंकि कुछ लोगों की काली कमाई के रास्ते मोदी ने हमेशा हमेशा के लिए बंद कर दिए। आपने कुछ समय पहले IMF का एक रिपोर्ट आया जो है, एक वर्किंग पेपर, शायद आपने जरूर देखा। ये रिपोर्ट बताती है कि ऐसी
In a book launch where Sharad Pawar has announced his retirement and he quit as an NCP chief, there is an immediate protest that has been called in by the NCP workers in YB Chawan, and they have been continuously demanding that Sharad Pawar should take back his decision, he should take back his resignation, and he should continue as the president of the NCP. We have been also seeing that a closed door meeting, but right now we have been slipping into a short break. On the other side, we are getting all the details on the closed door meetings of the NCP seniors who went to convince Sharad Pawar that he should take back his decision. For now, slipping to a short break. Stay tuned.
You transformed as a party, and why do people still perceive you as a minority party leader after all these decades, almost 100 years of its existence?
मैं बड़ी पूरी इखलास और ईमानदारी से कह रहा हूँ कि मैं ना तो कोई माइनॉरिटी का लीडर हूँ, ना कोई नेशनल लीडर हूँ। मेरा काम मेरी पार्टी को लेकर आगे बढ़ना है, और हमारी कोशिश यही है कि सबको साथ ले लें। हमारे जितने पार्टी के जिम्मेदार हैं उनकी मेहनत से हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, मगर मुझे इस खाने में डालकर बांट देना कि मैं माइनॉरिटी का लीडर हूँ या नेशनल लीडर हूँ, तो ये गलत होगा।
अरविंद केजरीवाल, केसीआर, नीतीश कुमार जी ने आज अभी बहुत बड़ा काम किया। उन्होंने कैसे गैंगस्टर को छुड़वा दिया, एक सर्विंग डीएम को मारा। आपको लगता है 24 में आप सब एक साथ आके कुछ बीजेपी को टक्कर दे पाएंगे अखिलेश जी?
क्योंकि माँ गंगा साफ नहीं हुई। अब आप दलों के बारे में बात करें तो मैं स्वीकार करता हूँ, क्योंकि कोई ना कोई विपक्ष तो हो और कोई रास्ता खुले ऐसा कि जहाँ पर बीजेपी का मुकाबला किया जा सके। जब कांग्रेस थी तो कांग्रेस के खिलाफ गठबंधन बनते थे, आज बीजेपी है तो बीजेपी के खिलाफ है, क्योंकि पहले बीजेपी में गठबंधन था।
There is an attempt right now to guilt trip India, and you actually took them to the cleaners with the kind of response you put out. Is that also a part of the challenge that India is dealing with in the run-up to 2024?
Who is going to guilt trip whom? Somebody who was buying more oil in one afternoon than we were buying in a quarter? I think the time to take India for granted or to try and somehow make you feel as if you're doing that something which is not right. As a democratic elected government, we are answerable only to the Indian consumer.
अब जो मैं बताने जा रहा हूं वो जानकर रिपब्लिक टीवी के दर्शकों को भी जरूर अच्छा लगेगा। आपको याद होगा 2019 में इसी रिपब्लिक समिट में मैंने कहा था कि पीएम आवास योजना के तहत हमने 5 साल में 1.5 करोड़ परिवारों को घर दिया है। अब ये आंकड़ा बढ़कर 3.25 करोड़ से ज्यादा हो चुका है। इनमें से ज्यादातर घर, उसका मालिकाना हक हमारी माताओं बहनों के नाम पर है। करोड़ों गरीब बहनें, मैं आज बड़े संतोष से कहता हूं, लखपति दीदी बनी। (2014) से पहले मनरेगा को लेकर कितनी शिकायतें रहती थी। कई जगहों पर तो एक दिन के काम के बदले 30 दिन तक की हाजिरी दिखाई जा रही है, यानी पैसा कोई और हजम कर रहा था। इसमें किसका नुकसान हो रहा था?
Big political shake-up in Maharashtra. Sharad Pawar resigns as the NCP chief. Tears, protests and stay back chants. High drama as Sharad Pawar announces retirement. High-level closed-door meeting as Pawar resigns. Supriya Sule and Ajit Pawar present in the meeting. Big controversy over Congress manifesto. Vows to ban Bajrang Dal if brought to bar.
कांग्रेस पार्टी को प्रभु श्री राम से भी तकलीफ होती थी और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों से भी तकलीफ हो रही है।
Prime Minister hits out at the Vadra Congress, says they want to lock up Bajrang Balis. And you can see Home Minister Amit Shah there holding a roadshow. Remember, there have been a series of roadshows by top BJP guns. We just saw, we are expecting, I beg your pardon, this roadshow is happening in Mangaluru, in Karnataka. Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, there on your screens right now. Mega roadshow is just around the corner. In just a moment, we are going to see this roadshow kicking in Mangaluru. Remember, Prime Minister Modi also is going to hold a mega roadshow today. He held several rallies and at the Congress in Bengaluru. And Amit Shah there holding a big rally there in Bengaluru. Massive roadshow in Bengaluru, Amit Shah. And my colleague Harsha is joining us for more on this. Harsha, another big turnout we are expecting in this roadshow that we are seeing right now on our screens.
Exactly. I'll show you the visuals from the road show. This is a GTM layout area from Bengaluru South, where we can see that HM Home Minister Amit Shah has reached here, that Bengaluru South constituency. Here we can see that road show has started. This road show is almost 1 to 2 kilometers in length, where Amit Shah is seeking support of the people of Bengaluru to cast their vote for BJP on 10th of May. And we clearly see as how the flower petals are being showered on HM Amit Shah, and the roadshow has started. The massive supporters, the massive crowd of BJP Karyakartas, supporters, the people, the public, the residents who hail from this Bengaluru South area could clearly be seen. Quite the security is also beefed in this entire area, but this roadshow will go from GTM layout and will go till 1 to 2 kilometers. So as we see, Home Minister Amit Shah today had several road shows, and this is Bengaluru South area. The Bengaluru
constituencies. If we talk about the entire, we will again show you the visuals of HM Amit Shah continuously. As you see that the road show has already started, and BJP continuously, the star campaigners of BJP from Amit Shah to Narendra Modi, the star campaigners are already on the ground doing the road show. We saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi doing a road show in the northwestern area of Bengaluru, and today we are seeing HM Amit Shah and several supporters could be seen here chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram over here. क्या लगता है यहाँ का माहौल क्या है?
Madam, this time 100% we will be winning in BTM level and all over Karnataka. It's in Bharat Mata Ki BTM, 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 BTM.
But we have seen that this area was said that this area is the turf of Congress leader. You think that BJP will win this time from
100% we will win. 100% we will win.
100% this time
we'll do it.
This time 100% we'll be winning. No doubt at all. People decided that we needed BJP and Modi ka double engine sarkar.
So the charisma of Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi is clearly could be seen in Karnataka.
100%. Here Modi ji ka effect also is in Karnataka. 100% we'll be winning, madam.
So as you clearly see, we are showing you the visuals of HM Amit Shah who has started his road show, and this road show will be concluded after more than it will go on for more than half an hour. This is a 30 minutes road show, as the distance is almost 2 kilometers from this layout till it goes to the Rory signal. We are showing you the visuals as crowd could be seen chanting, cheering, raising slogans in favor of Bharatiya Janata Party. They say that too, this area is the turf of Congress Party, but this time the charisma of Modi will show, and the BJP leader, the BJP candidate who has stood from this place, he will win.
Yeah, definitely. This time the Modi will definitely 100% will win in this area. The Congress is the most. Last time it was very powerful. 100% this time they will be smashed. Totally they will not be there. Only BJP. The BJP will come. BJP will win. The Modi will come.
So you're saying that Prime Minister and Amit Shah campaigning in Karnataka is favorable for BJP?
100% it's benefit. And again, Modi, we think Modi have to come again. They have to come to this campaign again. We will win. 100% we will win.
And showing you the visuals as the Karyakartas are rolling their saffron scarves in the air. This is the right now scenario, the visuals which we are showing you from the Home Minister's road show, because this road show becomes very much important as Amit Shah. Since morning, this is the 4th road show which HM Amit Shah is being doing in Bengaluru. Earlier he was in the constituency of V. Somanna, the candidate of BJP, but now he is addressing, and he could also be seen where he is waving his hands, and HM could be seen waving hands to the public, and Tejasvi Surya, the MP from this very place, could also be seen on the van along with HM Amit Shah. The saffron placards, the saffron scarf, all could be seen in the air as the supporters of BJP have gathered here in the huge number. One thing we want to ask, that Congress is continuously saying that this time people of Karnataka want change. Do you feel that there's anti-incumbency?
100% it will change, because in this BTM constituency it's changing now. Again, in all over the India, 100% it will be changed. The BJP will be in the number 1 place.
If we talk about the entire Bangalore, out of 28, BJP has right now 15 candidates from Bangalore.
Yeah.
Do you think that this election the number will increase?
100%, because for the youth they have given 100% it will become definitely.
I talk Kannada. I talk in Kannada. ಈ ಸತಿ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 200% BTM ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. 200% BTM ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೀದಾ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅಣ್ಣ ಗೆದ್ದೇ ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೆ.
So that means the mandate of this entire area is towards BJP. It feels like that the air is towards BJP.
Yeah, definitely. Entirely this, the BTM, the constituency is under total. It's changed now.
If we talk about BTM, Jayanagar, Vijayanagar, if we talk about this entire constituency, it plays a very important role because if we talk about Rajalingam Reddy, he has a very strong foot in this entire area.
Yeah, he was strong. From past 30 years, he has not done any developments or any this thing. Only about sake he is doing, but not for people.
So we can say that the supporters are very happy that HM has come to this constituency to do a roadshow and address
You can see the now crowd. You can see the supporters. 100% we will win in this. In this area, I mean BTM constituency will win 100%.
So BJP Karyakartas and supporters are very confident that this time BJP will win this seat. Though we want to tell you that this seat is a strong turf of Congress leader Rajalingam Reddy. But still we would like to. I'll ask my camera person Anup Satsangi to show you the visuals of HM Amit Shah because here we can see there's a dance, there's a toll, the saffron scarves rolling in the air, the placards of BJP support by BJP supporters could clearly be seen, and the dance and the visuals itself in its eyes is speaking a lot that the supporters of BJP are very excited that HM Amit Shah is here to address people. He is doing a roadshow over here. We saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi doing a roadshow in northwestern area of Bengaluru. It was a 6-kilometer roadshow. But Home Minister Amit Shah coming to this area, we can see the crowd, the people, the residents of this entire area coming out of their balcony with mobile phones in their hand, trying to click a picture of HM Amit Shah. So that is the sense we are gathering from Bangalore, because if we talk about entire Bangalore, out of 28, right now BJP has 15 seats over here, and BJP this time is very confident that the number will rise to 25 to 26. They are very confident about it, but it all depends on when the vote will be casted and the result will come. But again, would like to show you the visuals as we are continuously seeing that the security is heightened. This entire lane is full of BJP Karyakartas. They are cheering. The saffron flags could be seen, the saffron scarves could be seen, and also they are cheering and they are showering flower petals on HM Amit Shah. These are the visuals. Back to you.
Right, of course, a big roadshow there, massive roadshow held by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah there in Bengaluru. Remember, for the past weekend, we are seeing that how BJP's top guns have descended to Karnataka, and aggressive campaign there by top BJP leaders, including the Prime Minister himself. And Harsha, as you continue to be with us on this live broadcast, we are seeing that how important Bengaluru, the Silicon City of India, is important for the BJP. It has 28 seats, 16 of 28 seats where we've seen there have been quite, BJP has had strongholds, especially in Bengaluru South, that has been quite, important for the BJP. BJP's stronghold is in South Bengaluru. But you're saying currently where this roadshow is taking place is a stronghold of a Congress leader. But right now we are seeing it's a big, huge number. There's a saffron surge visually if we see there. The mood, of course, we are seeing it's highly electric there. Bengaluru, of course, remains very, very electrifying for the BJP, and there's a massive support as far as this city is concerned. And what does it really reflect as far as BJP's prospects are concerned in Karnataka?
If we tell you, if we actually focus on the key issues of Bangalore, then the key issues of Bangalore are infrastructure, roads, the problem of the residents of Bangalore, the urban area, and the issues rotating around that. If we talk about the residents who live here, infrastructure matters the most, but it is the Silicon City, and BJP is in huge number in entire Bangalore. But this time BJP wants that the BJP has shifted much of its focus in Bangalore. If we talk about northwestern side of Bangalore, if we talk about South Bangalore, if we talk about the outskirts of Bangalore or the rural Bangalore, we are seeing the star campaigners of BJP from the big leaders of BJP campaigning in entire area, and the vibrant and electric mood and the happiness amongst the supporters could clearly be seen. This is right now the mood of Bengaluru, what we are trying to showcase, and this visuals